start broadcast already. Wait, on my machine first. Have you on your mic?
Yes. Mic on. 所以 camera 要照他们先。
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear? If you can, right, say hi to Ivan and
Sean.
All right, loud and clear. Good to see you, Han Ming. Wow, very loud. Wow, okay. Today, full of energy, man. Okay, so today, right, we are going to be having the Automobile Masterclass. How many of you, right, are excited to be here today? If you are, right, type a yes into the chat, right, so that we know.
Yeah, I realized that the video is hang. I'm just seeing myself like just frozen. So yes, we are not being statue over here just for jokes. So we are actually hang. Yeah, I think we are pretty much on screen now. But I think it's a little bit lagging. So I think just give the video a while. My team just sorting it out. But at the meantime, of course, before we begin, all right, just for you guys to know, just remember, guys, this is webinar Zoom, which means that under your chat, do ensure that your chat is on panelists and all attendees so that we are all able to see one another chat. Yeah, so the team is still trying to sort out the video. All right, so at the meantime, of course, let's talk about anything under the sun before we begin over here. Yeah. So of course, yes, I think of course we are super excited for this as well. And oh, I'm seeing the video is hanging again every time we are going into the video format. It's very, very weird. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm here since while the team is sorting out the video. All right, we'll basically just show our face over here, So yeah, you notice the at the back, right? It's our nice backdrop nowadays. So if you guys do not know yet, we actually restarted our Facebook Live videos. All right, that we are actually more or less doing our best to actually show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Not only that, all right, we are also committed to actually do 2 times YouTube videos every single week. So we have been filming and everything. All right. So if you guys have time and everything, of course, do go and support go view, comment, help us do a thumbs up and everything. If so that to encourage more people to actually learn. Okay. So of course, I mean my team is just and they are doing their best to actually fix the video. Okay. So either way, all right, this is our first automobile masterclass. All right, automobile masterclass. So what does this automobile masterclass first means? All right, is that basically later we'll be inviting a guest speaker, right, up. And I'm glad to say that this person is someone that has really, really a lot of experience in this whole thing. And I'm just very, very glad that we are even able to get him on board, right, to actually speak to us. And yes, I'm seeing the video is working now. That's great. Thank you, team. Thank you, team. So we can shut down on our video now. That's great, right? Yeah. So of course, I think today, as I mentioned, today is our automobile ownership masterclass, and actually I never knew that cars got so many type of game to be played. Seriously, I never knew, right? So of course in PIM itself, of course we spoke a little bit, a small little section in my section, right, in terms of how to hack to actually buy cars for a cheaper depreciation. But that is pretty much just touching on what I call just a tip of the iceberg, right? And that's something that, of course, both Ivan and I have actually tried out ourselves, which is great. And some of you guys maybe even tried it yourself, all right? But of course, today we want to dive even deeper because that is not the only game when it comes to and when it comes to the whole car industry itself. Yeah, how do you add, Ivan?
I have no points to that, but I'm reading something in the chat, right? And I find it so amazing. The number one thing is, right, awesome. Can see both handsome hunks. You are totally right, Louisa Cole. Please come down to our cafe, right, to enjoy a free cup of coffee on my behalf. Okay, please come down and visit us. Both of us will say hi to you and like have a good chat with you. Coffee on us, huh? Okay. So for the record, guys, if you are the number 2 or number 3 or number 4 people, right, to talk about us being handsome hounds, right? No, you don't get drinks, okay? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if someone's asking, hey, what are we holding, right? So basically, it's a very cute feather pen over here. All right, but of course, most importantly is that there's a mic behind lah. So it's basically so that you can pass around everything. So this is basically our little bit of small studio setup where we'll continuously invest in this studio to basically just bring up your better experience for you guys moving forward.
So sorry, not enough budget to buy better mics. Please help us. Okay. First, let's talk a bit more serious stuff. So basically, right, Sean and I got started in our journey into buying cars, right, with little debris or low debris, right, or no debris. We got this education, right, from a very grand master, right, who knows the game in and out and guided us through this whole process. So this is something, right, and someone that we learned from. And by the way, guys, I bought one of my Porsche, right, with his help to help me enjoy driving a Porsche with little depreciation.
Yeah. And I just why we really want to do this class also because I think after buying my first car using the whole COA hack, right, I think I actually encountered a few issues. Put it on honestly, right? I encountered a few issues over here. So basically, what happened was that the very interesting thing is that basically my that car, all right, I put it very bluntly is that I went to do it myself. I tried to do it myself. I like to do things, just to learn, right? And one thing that happened is that when I told Fat, hey, I bought this car. All right, I told Fat I bought this car, right? And then he said, hey, wow, you bought this car. All right, but then got one issue. Then he told me this. He was like saying that this car actually is seen before. All right, and it's actually, unfortunately, all right, the mileage have been a little bit tweaked. Put it this way, right? So unfortunately, because I went to go and explore myself, right, in that sense, so I encountered into this small little issue. But what happened is that I got lucky, got with this guy over here, with Fat over here. Right? He actually advised me in terms of what to do exactly, and ended up buying for at 92K, selling it at 97K back to the dealer. So in a way, okay, my loss is not really a loss, put it that sense, right? So at the meantime now, I'm still looking for another car, which Fat is just helping me out over here. But anyway, in this scenario, right, we dive very deep into it, what to watch out for, what other games are there, and everything. So you're just going to keep this class as interactive as possible, right? And hope that you guys are going to get some value into this. Okay. So before this, I think I'm going to invite the main guest up. So just to before that, just to show you guys who this guy is also Then before you guys get to see him in real life as well. Okay. So basically, this is Fat, very handsome guy. All right, but he's the founder of All Motoring. So Auto Motoring, I think, is a car parallel importer, car dealer All right, that's the main thing, right? And he's also main thing is a committee member of the Vehicle Association. If you do not know cars, the whole car industry, right? There's this whole association called the Vehicle Association. He's one of the main committee member over there. So which means that of course not anyone just can be a committee member You need certain form of experience and of course network to even become a committee member over there. Okay, and most importantly, to me, right, he's also part of this exotic car club. So Porsche and above, then you can join this car club over here. So if you over 10 years experience, he's a big car enthusiast, right? And most importantly, who have seen this article before?
Yeah, so actually, right, Fed, right, is actually the guy that accepted $1 from the taxi driver, right, after the taxi driver scratched his car. So basically, right, the main consensus is that if you want to bang a car, if you want to get into an accident, right, please hit his car.
or pray that you actually hit someone's car. I mean, someone as kind and fat. But I mean, that's who he is. I just want to share with you guys, right? That's who he is as a person, right? And that is why I feel very comfortable to bring him on board to actually talk to you a little bit more about this whole automobile. Because the most important thing in this whole car industry is that want to work with someone must work with someone of high integrity, compassion, and and everything, right? And I think through this article itself, you know who he is in a way as a person. All right, this is who he is. All right, and that is why we feel very comfortable to work with him. Okay.
Yeah, so enough of both of us talking and like all of you listening to us, which is actually not the main meat of the day, right? Like actually you guys are not interested in coming here to listen to me, Sean, keep chatting around, right? Are you, is that right, guys? It is, right? LOL basket. Okay. So without further ado. Okay, so let's bring the show to Fat. Everyone, please welcome Fat.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's my okay. It's my honor being here, being invited by Ivan and Sean. I get to know Ivan because he bought a Porsche from me some time back. And Sean, he will become my new customer. Tomorrow, he's going to buy a Porsche from me.
So, yeah,
also.
so Fat is new at this, right? So Fat, one tip for you which will help is that camera over there. So you can just engage the person in front of you.
Yeah.
So obviously Fat is obviously not a speaker. So guys, Fat is obviously not a speaker. So this is the first time he's doing this. All right. And I just want you guys to really just show as much encouragement as you can for him, because it's really, guys, it's not easy to get someone to randomly come up here and talk to a few hundred of you. Not everyone can just do like that. All right, it's quite, the first time I come up and speak also, I also feel very nervous. Okay, so I think the main thing, guys, just give Fat a very big round of a virtual applause, right? Just give him that, that encouragement, so that we can dig more information from Fat. Okay, awesome, guys. Okay, come take it away, Fat. Right?
Hey, hi. I believe I met up with some of you guys to refinance your car and restructure your loan. I'm here to share with you on TDSR. I believe when you want to buy a property, you hear your banker tell you, say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, you have a car loan with Maybank, DBS, or UOB. Because of your car loan, you're unable to get your commercial property, and your loan, you will get a haircut. Like for example, if your income is $6,000 per month, and your car installment is $1,000 per month. So basically, if you want to get a loan, right, this $1,000 installment will eat into 3.5 times of your income. So meaning, even though your income is $6,000, with $1,000 on the installment, you will have a haircut of $3,500. So meaning your income only left with $2,500 to buy a property. So that's why when you apply for a property loan, you will get a $600,000 of haircut. So you couldn't get it through. Then the right person, you need to find me. Then I'll help you to restructure it out.
Yeah, so I think of course before we go even further, right? I think the whole let's talk about the whole importance of this first, yeah. So the main thing over here is because, as you know, Singapore, we have this thing called TDSR. TDSR, total debt servicing ratio, guys. All right, is something, all right, that is very uniquely Singapore. All right, basically only 60% of your income with stress test of 3.5% for residential property can only be used for loan. What does this mean, guys? We have stressed this multiple times, right? Is that car loan, all right, will basically take up a huge chunk of what you can borrow, all right, from the bank when it comes to Singapore property itself. And therefore, we always encourage to actually ensure that the car loan doesn't appear in your TDSR format.
Yep.
So maybe, Fat, can you share with me, right, in terms of how can one or someone, all right, actually hide the bank loan from so-called the credit bureau report, so that they can actually get more loans? So you can share me your experience.
Okay,
there's maybe even some of the horror story that you have encountered in terms of what is the right way to do it and all that.
Okay, to share with you, I have a friend. Last year, she contacted me that she told me she have an issue that she couldn't get a commercial loan. She have a Honda Shutter. Her outstanding balance is 70,000, and the market SG Karma is selling at 72,000. So she approached me and she asked me, what can she do about it? Then I told her, the bank, Tokyo Century, they will not loan you because they will only loan you 50,000. The only person that can loan you 70,000 is me. I can loan you at 70,000, but I will charge you an interest of 3.28%. She was, wow, bank loan is 2.28, but I'm charging 3.28. She was in the dilemma that, wow, she'll be losing 1% per annum. Over 7 years, over 70,000 will be 4,009. So she couldn't sleep for 1 night, 2 nights. Then she keep texting me, Fat, should I do it? Should I refinance or should I not? Then I will not go and buy any property. Then I told her, today you refinance your car, you lose only 4,009. Okay, but that is just no lose, no gain. But if you able to clear off your TDSR, you can get your AIP done and set up. You can go and get a commercial loan. You can get a maximum to maximize your commercial loan. every 4 years, you can easily make 120,000 from your rental.
Yeah.
So she thought it overnight and she said, okay, my encouragement is very convincing. She took out a loan with me and I will help her to switch over. I'll go and full settle her Maybank. Then after that, I bring her to private financing. Then she managed to get her loan.
I see.
And that is about 11 months back. And today she got 3 properties. I also
Nice.
feel happy for her.
Very good. So I think the key thing on this story is very simple, right? I think the key thing here is, remember guys, I think sometimes, taking a private loan, I would say a private non-MAS regulated loan in that sense, all right, does result in a slightly sometimes higher interest rate. But the key here is this is about opportunity cost. Yeah. The main thing here is that we do not just refinance a car or whichever just for the sake of doing it, right? The key here is that how much can you gain from actually doing action like this. But maybe I'll ask you a bit deeper about this particular person, yeah? Because this particular person is really quite interesting to me, because why did she even need to take in a way the 3-point-something% interest rate? I thought that we are able to take like a 2.28
Yes,
kind
yes,
of
you
interest.
can.
Why need to take like
Example,
3%?
if the selling price in the resale market is 72,000, if you want to loan, like example, 52, 55,000, you can get 2.28. But her case is different. It's almost 95% of the loan amount. Market selling at 72, I need to provide her a loan of 70,000. So 95% loan, no foreign bank or those banks, they will entertain her. So only in-house financing, we can provide her this loan. But actually, seriously, I don't really want to sell loan to your student. Why? Because our cost interest from bank, our block interest is 2.28. I sell to you at 3.28. Over 5 years, I make only a few $1,000s. Usually our in-house loan, we like to sell to people who need 100% loan, like Grab driver, they need a car, they need high loan. We sell them at 4.98. Then we got profit margin. Selling to you at 3.28 is special price, just to help you to go through these stages to clear off your car loan so that you can get your commercial loan up.
Okay, so this taking a very high interest kind of loan is only very specifically for people who like want to take almost 100%
Yes, almost 100%.
financing for a car.
Yeah.
Okay,
almost
so
100%.
especially if, let's say, for example, if you need the extra 10-20,000 as like you need this cash to actually then buy that particular property because you're playing it very tight in a way, right? I think then yes, maybe you can consider something like that. I see a comments, what am I drinking? I say this ice fountain, yeah. It's not beer, guys. Alright, if you guys know me, actually I don't really drink a lot of beer. But okay, back to the main topic again. Is that okay? So unless you are very what I would say from what I hear, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah. If you only really like require that extra $10,000-$20,000 in cash to get that 95% loan or 100% loan from car, the only way to do it is through a private financier. That's the only way to do it. If not, all right, then go for those slightly bigger boys, right? Maybe maybe you can share with us some of the more commonly used financiers out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so the main thing is this, when we are talking about a normal car loan, what is the normal like LTV of that?
Normal car loan, if let's say if you want to go for the bank loan, you can go for as low as 1.88
Like
percent of
tenure
interest.
and
The
like
tenure, the
amount?
maximum is 7 years. But for those not in the TDSR panel, right, there's only a few, one or two foreign banks. So we have to be selective and be very careful. And if let's say if the wrong person do a refinance for you, you might end up yourself being blacklisted.
Yeah, so I mean like is the normal like loan percentage like 70% or 80%, and like what is it that you can do to
Usually if let's say I can do up to 80%, 85% with a lower interest at 2.28.
Nice.
Normally we'll do a markup on the assumption selling price. It's not fake assumption. Then we can get a higher loan quantum.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see. So actually talking about in a way the assumption selling price, right? I think of course later I know we'll dive a little bit deeper into it, but since you're talking about this, right? So is it common in the whole car industry that difference in price of a car can be like 10% so that we can get the additional 10% loan in that sense? So for example, like there can be one person selling at 140K and you go to the next door, there can be someone who's selling at 155K. Is this a very common thing in the car industry?
Well, sometimes like what you see in the market for the resale price, it might be fake. Like example, everybody is selling at 130,000. Suddenly you see some dealer price it at 180,000. He's not actually selling at 180,000. He's actually applying for the loan for a customer because the MAS rule is 180,000, 70% so that they can get the required loan amount. So sometimes you see those cars at why 180,000 and why this only 140,000? It's because the 180,000 guy, they are applying for loan. So they need to mark up the price. So the underwriter who look at this, they need to screenshot that 180,000 to save it, to protect their backside, so that they can provide the loan.
So does it mean, right, if today I want to take a high loan, I myself go to SG Carmart and post like ad like at the very high markup price?
Sometimes I have to do that. Like example, if you want to buy if you need a loan of 100,000, I need to post one picture of your car in the internet. Then I'll put you bought for 150,000. But everybody know the car cannot be 150,000. But I put 150,000, then you are eligible to get for 100,000. Yeah. This is to show the underwriter that somebody is marketing at this price. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So someone commented like gearing up. So in a way, yes. Of course, it's like as though in property terms, right? I mean, we are all property investors here, right? In property terms, like we getting like 80% loan to value LTV, right? So in this sense, the only way to get technically 85% LTV in property terms is actually to mark, in a way, just kind of like sell it higher lah. All right, and then of course have a friendly party to actually do it. But of course, in property terms, this is very regulated. It is a super duper regulated. That's why in this sense, we never ever encourage, nor ask, nor share. All right, nor even talk about this whole thing. But I think in the car industry, remember in the second hand, I would say in the second hand, especially in the resale industry, right? That is where pretty much you think about it. Of course, how much you want to sell the car, 5,000 more, 10,000 more, is something that is not uncommon in a sense, right? And that is where we are then able to apply that 75% loan, 80% loan at what we call a good interest rate. Correct? Is that right? Is that, yeah? So that's very good. Yeah. So I think one thing here is that, of course, we talk about one question, right? Is that what's the main difference between like in-house loan versus bank loan? Is there like any difference in terms of money other than sometimes interest rate or anything?
Basically, the bank's loan, they are being tied down, they are being obliged to follow the MS ruling. So meaning they can provide you 60-70% of your selling price. And also for bank loans, right, once you loan from them, they'll lodge you under their database. So when future, when you want to get a commercial property from UOB or Maybank, they will check, hey, you have a liability, you have a commitment of how much dollar per month, and that will eat into your TDSR. So that's why basically I will switch them to a foreign bank or in-house financing. So it's off the radar, so they couldn't see.
Okay. And yeah.
So one question for you, Fed, is like, instead of us going to you, right? How about we can go directly to like some in-house car loan provider, like for example, Genie, like will that work, or what are the pitfalls, or like what are the pros and cons?
Okay, if let's say if you go to some finance company, right? Like some basically they will not give you 2.28. The person that will give you 2.28 is only Tokyo. You can go to other company like my friends in Geylang, those Tai Tong Li, all these in-house, but the interest rate is 3.75, 3.98. Many people, they can provide you this loan, but the interest is not the ideal interest that you want. You want the lowest interest, is only Tokyo Century. I believe during your classes, you share with your student, you want to buy car, you loan with them. Yes, this is quite true. But if you have an existing car, you want to go and loan with them, you go and call them, hello, Tokyo Century, can I refinance my loan? My name is blah, 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 my car number is, they'll blacklist you. Seriously, they'll blacklist you. They'll be stunned, why you blacklist me? Yeah, that's the reason why. Then I'm here to help you.
So what do you mean by blacklist?
Blacklist, so
do you
meaning
have a story that do you have someone that ever encountered a blacklist? Maybe you can share us the impact of what blacklist.
Yeah, there's two person that whoever, because I believe everybody who are driving, you have car dealers friend. Then when you want to refinance, they ask your car, hey, can you refinance for me or not? Loan Tokyo Century, I need to get a loan of 70,000. Okay, then the dealer said, no problem, come to me, I'll settle for it. Then he applied for it. Then no news. Then drag. Then they know that, after 1 month, then cannot do. Then they know, hey, you cannot, seller A cannot go back to seller A. So he was being blacklisted. Then he said, then can I change my name to my wife? They said, okay, you submit the wife. They also blacklist. Husband cannot sell to wife. Also cannot blacklist. So in the end, the loan was rejected. Then he come and find me. Then when I check, you cannot blacklist. I cannot give you 2.28. Your next interest rate is from my side. It's 3.28. So he learned from his mistake. So after that, he shared with his friends, don't ever get people to try your loan with them. Yeah.
Okay, wow, that sounds okay, quite interesting. Yeah. So I think the key thing, guys. I just want to remind every one of you guys that we are trying to be as real here as possible. So guys, please like do not record or anything. Okay, so that we can share more insights. Okay, guys, can I have your promise on that? All right, so that we can ask even deeper questions over here. Okay, so remember, please let's keep this all within community. Steady, bro. Everyone steady. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit in a deeper format. So I think the importance. I just want to share you the real importance of this whole thing, guys. All right, is that I know sometimes you think, all right, that you can get a better deal by going directly to the source of the financer. I know because someone like that I would think like that naturally. But you must understand this. Actually, I asked this question to multiple people in the car industry, and this is always the answer. Is that I always ask the question is that why wouldn't someone like Tokyo Century deal with the customer direct? Do you have insight? Why wouldn't they even want to deal with the customer direct? Why cannot?
No, like for instance, if you let's say there's some question here who ask about new car. If let's say if you're buying a new car, right? Okay, can tell the authorized dealer say you only want to loan from them. Then one you can settle your own. But if you want to refinance your car, right? Definitely you cannot go directly to them because they will not encourage you to sell your car and buy back your car. So that we have another way to do it.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. So in this sense, right, I mean, guys, please if you're going for any form of loan, any form of what I call refinance, okay, I mean financing of your car, especially if you fully paid it and everything, right? Do ensure, please, guys, one thing is that do approach the right people to do it. Yeah. If you were to do it something wrong, everything, then of course that is where you might potentially get blacklisted. Okay. So one thing for sure I know is that Fed will always make sure that it's settled. Okay, so you want to go for new car loan, you want to go for refinancing of a car loan, and whichever, if your car is already fully paid, your car is ready, if with a current bank, my encouragement is to, all right, actually submit to get a loan under a private financer.
Yeah, so I also see Kaden Chor commented in the chat, right? And you are an irritating guy, by the way, Kaden, because I know that you bought a Porsche Panamera from Fed at a very undervalued price. I hate you, Kaden. Okay, okay. And next up, right, we're going to move the pace up. We're going to be talking about something very interesting.
Yes, no, before this section, hey guys, if you guys do not know now, in our app, what we just did is that, please, I think in our app, guys, now app, if you guys go to community, all right, if you guys haven't done it, go to community, go to network contacts, and go to car loan. All right, what we have done now, of course, is to ensure the moment you input into here, okay, the email we send to Fed. All right, and then Fed will be able to help you to actually do the whole refinancing itself. Okay, so please go to the right people to do it, so that we never ever encounter an issue where you all come to us and say I got blacklisted. Okay, that's the last thing I want to hear here, and that's the main thing. I just want to share you the importance to ensure that we actually do this right. Okay.
So moving on, right, Pat, we want to ask you a very, very, very interesting question. Can you buy cars and make money? And how?
Definitely yes. But, but if I share already, then you'll get jealous.
Whoa!
I have changed over 8 units of Porsche. And every unit that I bought, I always choose the first wave. Why the first wave? My first Porsche that I bought is the first model that launched. So I drive the car for 10 months. After 10 months, I renew COE, I extend, I sell for a profit of 15 to 20,000. So every time I will go for the first wave of the model since 8 to 9 years back when I first bought my Porsche. So this is how I make my money. And also, I also find the opportunity that like certain new models, like in the past they don't have. Then they have this model which is suddenly a Porsche SUV, a Porsche 4-seater. I will buy the car and I rent. But the best time to buy such a car to rent or to own use is buy the car on the 8 years mark. Because when the car is 8 years old, your depreciation you buy is considered quite cheap. Then I buy and I use it for 2 years. 2 years later, I extend COE. Like for example, in 2018, I bought Panamera. In 2018, I bought Panamera for 91,000. I used for 18 months. I renewed COE. I sold for 141. Positive gain. I can drive for 18 months and make some money. Then I bought a Cayenne for 95,000, left about 23 months. I used for 2 years. I sold it for 145. So all this is you must target that this model is the new model. You drive the model, then you can have the less depreciation or even no depreciation. We cannot talk about no depreciation, but this method only works in Singapore because our cars is different. Our cars is 10 years lifespan. After 10 years, you can extend another 10 years. So it only works in Singapore. Like for example, like certain model, like new models, like if you're looking at Mercedes, 2013 model E-Class and 2014 model C-Class. This is the first batch, the new model. When you buy the new model, you can easily, like maybe the E-Class right now is selling at 68,000, okay? You can buy 68,000, drive for 3 years later, renew series, sell for 83,000. Your depreciation is not 15K. When you sell at 82 or 83,000 3 years later, you recover your costs and your depreciation might be only 7,000 for Mercedes.
Very cheap. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys caught the gem over here. And this is something that actually we realized after, after we made a commitment to say we'll do an automobile masterclass, then we started to go and dive even deeper, right, for you guys. Okay. So this is where we actually realized that we did, I mean, in a way, we kind of discovered we did everything kind of right in a sense to do the renew COE car and everything. I think I roughly knew about this. But one thing that I did not catch, that which is actually a very big main point over here, if you guys did not catch it over there, is this thing called buying the first wave car. So maybe, in fact, can you dive a little bit deeper? What do you mean by first wave car? I mean, what's the whole context of first wave car and why makes it so special in that sense?
Okay, first wave is like example, 2 years ago, because when Cayenne, that first launch is in 2010, the first batch.
Okay.
So in 2018, I bought a car is when the car is 8 years old and 2 more years the COE will expire. So I bought the first batch. Then when I bought the first batch, when that car is upon COE expiry, people will think, wow, in the past, this car depreciation is 26,000. But when COE expiry, I renew COE and I resell, the depreciation become 14,000. And I can finance them up to 7 years with new COE, and every month their installment drop to 1,000 plus. So with 10,000 upfront, you can buy such a car with every month $1,006. You can drive a Porsche. Many people, they will go for this kind of cars with renew 10 years. So how to identify the first batch? Like example, Panamera first launched in 2010 May. So you want to buy this car, best is to buy in when second year, when the car is 8 years old.
So technically 2018 May.
Yes, or 2017 is okay to buy this
that
car.
means you left 2 to 3 years.
Yes, yes.
Very cool.
Correct.
Very
But
cool.
if let's say now it's already 2020, the car is already reached 10 years old. Now I go and buy a Cayenne, I will not benefit so much because the first wave, the person renews it, they can sell at 145 like what I did. But eventually prices will go down. It will become 135, 130, 128, 125. So I always get the first wave.
Okay, very true. And I think one of the most common question I get is that, got people buy COE renew car, man? I mean, it's like, wouldn't we be scared? Generally, wouldn't people be scared like it's breakdown or anything? What's to your knowledge and everything, what's your demand realistically, all right, in terms of when it comes to selling a COE renew car? Can sell one, as in how fast does people buy it and everything?
Well, for the past few months, the transaction is a lot, you see. It's a lot. Whenever, because most of the people, because for COE cars, the loan is not so stringent. Like example, if you buy a Panamera with 10 years COE at 128,000, I can finance you up to 120,000 with interest 3.68 and stretch over the period of 7 years. Your installment is only 1,000 plus. Okay. So with a down payment of $8,000, you can drive such a car. You feel is quite satisfaction. You can drive such a car. Okay. Rather than in the past, when you go and buy a car that is 8 years old, actually the key point is when you buy a car that's 8 years old, your cash upfront have to be more. But that is not the main concern because we also can finance you a balloon scheme. We can finance you a car, take out the path, just loan you the depreciation. Okay. So your installment will be dropped by half. Everything is possible. But actually, we never make known to the public. We just do it quietly,
Okay, so this kind of like a internal car dealer kind of secret, right?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
So I think to summarize, guys, this point, if you guys did not catch it, right, is that basically to make the most not say profit, to have the lowest depreciation, is basically to go for first wave car. So in this context, it was Cayenne and Panamera was launched in 2010. So technically you buy in 2017, 2018 on the first wave that was launched in 2010. All right, there's a very high probability that you can actually renew COE in 2020 in that sense, right? And actually sell it at a high price itself. Now, all right, second wave and third wave, what the second wave and third wave mean, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, is that for those people who bought in May 2011, 2012,
Yes,
the
second wave.
Cayenne and the Panamera, all
Yes.
those same model, same
Yes.
thing, same everything, same lah.
Yeah.
All right, but then of course their COE will expire in 2021, 2022.
Correct.
All right, so those will still be able to sell, is that right? But
They'll
then they will be selling it at a lower price,
Probably 10,000 lower.
10,000 lower.
1 year, per year will be 10,000 lower. Like example, when I first sold mine at 141, those in 2011 that's end in 2021, you will sell about maybe 130 or 128. Then those in 2012, when upon renew, you will sell in about 115. It will become cheaper and cheaper.
That's very, very good insight, guys. So basically, from what you hear, all right, every single year that the model is out in the market, you think about it. So in 2010, it's out, 2011, of course, same model sell, all right, then 2012, the same model again. For every single year, if you think about it, it will be approximately about 8,000 to 10,000 lesser. Think about it when it comes to the resale value. Why? Because
correct.
I would assume
Yes.
that there's more in the market, put it that way, right? So there are more options in that sense. So
So Fed, we understand that buying a 8-year car, right, that is actually from the first wave, you likely have low depre or no depre lah. But realistically, if we drive a car and we have low depre, it's fantastic already. So one question is this, like even inside the chat, right, people are asking, like if we buy a second-hand car that's 8 years old, won't there be a lot of repair issue, or like we have a lot of spare parts change? Like what can we do to mitigate this or to minimize this, and like how should we send the car for inspection so that we can like minimize all these issues?
Actually, in order to minimize this issue, if you're going to buy a car from dealers, usually when you go to the dealership, you will say, hey, I want to buy this car. Then they say, okay, sure. Can you put a $2,000 of deposit? Then they send the car to the desired workshop that you want to check. After you check, already, you get a list of items. 5 defect, 5 wear and tear. Then when you tell the dealer, hey, look, 5 defect, 5 wear and tear. No, I don't want a car. Can I take back my deposit? They will say, hey, no, cannot. It's actually 1 defect, 9 wear and tear. So you won't feel comfortable that they are trying to deny and refuse to cancel the deal to refund you because you have this problem. To you, you think it's a defect, but to them, they think it's a wear and tear. So basically what you need to do is when you want to buy a car, right, try not to put a deposit before checking. But if they don't allow, usually they will make noise, they will be not happy lah. But the future trend is like that. You can tell them, look, I want to buy your car. I'm really serious. I'm not here to play with you. I'll give you $100. You send your guy to go to the workshop. You put the car there for a few hours and you check. No matter I buy or not, this $100 I will keep to show my sincerity. But at least when you buy a car, you check already. You know there's 10 problem. 5 are defect. You can use this opportunity to less another $3,000.
Wow.
So this is a way to bargain. When we want to bargain people's car, we don't want to say, hey, your car not nice, payment not nice, when we less than $3,000. We use a professional way. Let the mechanic to show him the report to say, look, your car, there's water leaking, engine oil leaking, all this, that will concern the safety of the car. If I want to get this done, that will cost me another $4,000. Can you less another $4,000? Because in the first place, you never place a deposit. You have a bargain power. But if you place a deposit of $2,000, then you send your car to your friend workshop to check. After checking, they say, no, this is wear and tear. This is not defect. You have to take it. You don't take it, I will not refund you the deposit. So many people, they got dispute. So that's why under the Vehicle Trader Association, we also work very closely with Case Trust. We also have set up our legal team called MIDREC. So whenever you got any dispute, our association, I will hear your case to help to resolve the matter.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Can you tell us a bit more about lemon law and how lemon law protects the buyers?
Yeah, lemon law is only protect when you buy from a dealer, but if you buy from C to C, consumer to consumer, they won't recognize this as a lemon law. So in fact, when lemon law launched in 2013, many dealers have changed their business model. They do consignment, and they also, even though this car, usually you will see, because for me, I can recognize all the car dealers' number. 80% of the dealers, all I know them. So I see, why this dealer put this car as the direct owner? I know the car should have a problem. The car confirm have problem, then they put direct owner because they want to escape away. Because once they sell to a buyer, then anything in the contract, then will put, oh, it's an end user. You have no case against me. You see.
Wow. Okay, you guys. Yeah, this is a very, very big point. you guys did not catch that. It's a super big point to actually get you out of trouble. Yeah. So I think two main things which I want to pull out from just that couple of paragraph golden nuggets over here. Golden nugget number one: if you are going to buy any second-hand car, all right, do not go and make a commitment. All right, then go and send to workshop. If you guys want to really protect yourself and even have a better negotiating power, please do telling the dealer, right, to say that, hey, I will give you $100 to drive the car to the workshop,
Yes.
whichever that you trust, doesn't matter, whichever that you trust. Then once the workshop, typically, I think, will they get all the defects, everything within a day?
Yes, probably about 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so
Yes.
within 2 to 3 hours, basically a mechanic will have a list of things, all right, that the car needs to be fixed, all right, and from there, then use that as a negotiating power, all right, to get your car at a cheaper price.
All cars should have defect. Use that defect to bargain another $3,000 or $4,000 down.
Yeah, Sean and I over here are trying to fight over the feather, right, so that we can have more airtime and talk as much as possible, right? Okay, so I just want to share with you one experience, right, which is actually very relevant to the question sent to which workshop. So by the way, when my brother-in-law and my father bought a Porsche, right, what we did, right, we actually sent the car to Fed's workshop, and when we sent the car to Fed's workshop, right, the defect list is freaking long.
Yes,
okay.
4 pages.
4 pages.
4 pages.
Yeah, so the objective is this. First, they help us get a very, very long defect list. Then afterwards, right, we have a very long defect list to go and negotiate with the other party. For example, if you have 10 items on the list, you can negotiate to repair 4 and like lower the price. So these are the kind of things that is actually possible when buying a second-hand car. And by the way, not all workshops, right, understand how to look at supercars, or not all workshops know how to find and see the defects, right, in Porsche lah. So when I first bought the Panamera, right, what happened was that Pat actually guided me to see the rivets and like to see like is this an original rivet or is this like a repaired rivet? So if it's original, then it is accident free. This kind of stuff. Maybe Pat, you can like give us a quick few tips, right, on how you can see that the car is original and real. And by the way, how much is the checking cost?
We charge only about $80. Yeah,
it's
cheaper than STA.
Guys,
STA charge
$80 to save a few $1,000s, can or not?
But basically, I have helped a lot of people, including Ivan's cousin. He want to buy a Porsche, and I show him the list of the defect. He managed to cut a few thousand from the dealers.
It's not my cousin, it's my brother-in-law.
It's your brother-in-law.
So he's actually much older than me, basket.
Okay, guys. So that's one of the key golden point. I think someone asked here, of course, do you even have a car workshop? Do you have a car workshop?
Yes.
I think why not? I think since you are here, please introduce yourself. I think as I think what you have. And all that. I think most people might not have a good car workshop.
Yeah, actually, I have 2 workshops. One at Xingming and one is at Toguan. And I have one more partnership is in Karos. We're doing the accident repair. So actually, by doing the after sales service is more of a concern to us.
Yeah.
Right, awesome. Yeah, so I mean, guys, of course, I mean, the whole point, we'll of course obviously connect you with Fed after this whole thing, right? So I think the key thing here is that, remember, guys, let's look at the main key thing, right? That we want to just really dig up, all right, as much as possible over here. So I think that's the first golden point that we actually want to pull out from, yeah. So I think the next thing that I really want to ask is that yeah. So what are the brands that you think? Okay, I saw a comment here say, hey, can we do it for supercar? Can we do it for what? I mean, there's so many cars brand in the market, right? So maybe you can share with me in terms of, hey, what are the brands that you think is most suitable, all right, to do like this whole COE renewal game?
What are the brand are more
Brand,
suitable?
car brand.
Actually, there are a lot, but you only must focus on few brands. It's either you get a Toyota, it's a very reliable car, or you get a Mercedes. Mercedes is also called European Toyotas, or you get a Porsche. Porsche is like it's like a Lexus. So all these three makes is very reliable. So if you buy these three models, you won't go wrong anywhere. People will, after even though 10 years, they will renew the seal and keep the car.
So it's like, you know, like you talk about these three brands, right? Like you see, we have also questions like Mitsubishi can or not, or like BMW. What about Jaguar? What do you think about
Jaguar?
those cars?
You don't touch. It will eat you, Jaguar.
Well,
Always repair, always.
Okay, can you kindly repeat the three brands again?
Actually, the Toyota for lower range, or you can choose for Mercedes, Benz. Then next is Porsche.
So for like, for example, like Toyota, is this first wave concept, right? Can we apply this to Toyota and like Mercedes?
Yes. You know, last time, when about 10 to 11 years ago, there's a car model called Toyota BB, very cute, very small, compact car, 1.3 liter. That time was only selling at 64,000 with low COE. I tell my friend, hey, go and buy this car, 64,000 you can buy. He used the car for 11 years and he renewed 10 years COE. He just sold off a few months back for $54,000. You'll be surprised, we bought at 64 after using almost 11 years with renewed COE at 25,000. He sold for about 54,000. So Toyota only can achieve such a price. If today you can buy a Hyundai layout, no chance. You buy a Kia, I don't think so. You don't buy Jaguar, you don't buy Audi. Audi is a problem. You one whole year, you will be maybe 2 months in the garage. So we have any people driving Audi here? No way. So actually, you focus on cars that are reliable. BMW also a lot of problem, but the newer generation, there's the newer generation, the F30, that the new 3 Series is quite okay. You can consider buy that model 2012, 2013, use that car for 2 years and renew series sell for 62,000. Now the car is selling about 40 range, that 3 Series. Buy that car used for 2 years, renew series sell for 60,000. You will not get zero debris like my 911, but you can drive at a lower debris to drive a BMW. So don't waste time to go and buy Japanese car other than Toyota model. Don't go and waste time to buy those other brands and all these. In the end, you suffer heavy losses like Land Rover, Volvo, and all these. You suffer heavy losses. Buy that a brand that is everybody they recognize, they think is reliable. People will use, people will keep after 10 years.
Okay, maybe let me dig it a little further, right? Of course we are talking about those renews, COE car and everything, right? And of course sometimes yes, get lesser debris. If you buy right, you can make money. All right, but most of the time, of course, we want to put on a hat on a lesser debris. I think my target here is actually we get lesser debris. We are actually generally, of course, very happy. We save money here. We drive the car that we love, drive the car that we want. All right, but maybe I know, right, that you have multiple 911s.
Yes, I have
and
three.
You have multiple Porsche.
Yes.
All right, why? I mean, why so many Porsche? It's
actually,
all depreciation.
Yes, actually, I have a filter and I know that a certain model for Porsche that in future the selling price is good. So like, to be frank, I can share with you like Porsche Macan is very good. Now the car is selling about 150,000. You can drive the car for 4 years. 4 years later, renew series sell for 130. Because it's the first time the SUV got 2-liter turbo for the Macan. It's the same mindset as 2 years ago when I look at the Panamera. Wow, suddenly got the nice big Panamera like S-Class, you see, cheap. So same thing, like Porsche Macan, if you want to buy, you buy now. But if you buy now, maybe you're my competitor. Always the cheapest one, I will snap first because my target is to buy 20 Porsche Macan to rent out. So I'm still buying. I will keep buying and buying. Because why? Because I trade it as property. I buy the car, then I release out. My return is 200%. Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean can make money by renting out?
Yes. I buy the car and I rent out. So that every month I collect about 3,000 plus. So basically, yeah, the return is very good. My investment is 150,000, but over the years, after I sell away the car, my total return is about almost 290,000. Over 4 years, I can gain over 100 over thousand. That's my return. It's like property, but to you as a layman, you don't know how to do car rental. It's very headache. You have to face a problem of payment issue lah, car go missing lah, smuggling lah, and all this. I'm just sharing my experience how I focus at car that I choose to rent premium models because I gain more from those models.
Wow. So guys, if you ever reach enlightenment stage of car, so basically car technically can become an asset. Technically can be an asset. So I think the key thing is pretty much about really understanding the whole how this whole industry works. I mean, wow, you can reach to fat level, own not one Porsche, targeting earn 20. Then next level, right? He's treating it almost like property, right? So that's the way.
Yes, it's like property.
That is his property game.
I also got Lamborghini for rental. My Lamborghini is my depreciation is maybe 10,000 over 18 months. That's my the depreciation is 10,000 over 18 months, but every month I can rent for 6,000. So my return is a lot. It's many fold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think let's talk about. I mean, since actually I saw a few questions, let's talk about like Lamborghini and Ferrari and this type, right? So when we talk about Lamborghini and Ferrari, this type, right? So you're saying that these cars also technically can
drive for free.
Yes. So and is that what a lot of in a way like those rich people do?
We have to be wise. Right? Yeah. You know, like Ferrari, I spotted this model Ferrari 458 3 years back. The first batch is in 2009. It's the first batch. 3 years ago, I spotted this model Ferrari 458. There's one unit I sold my friend for 400,000. 3 years later, I have him sell for 430,000. He drive for 3 years, he lose only 5,000. Renew sale is 35. He lose only 5,000, but he drive for 3 years. You can drive a Ferrari, you lose only 5,000. But today, if you go and buy an Audi, you go Volvo, go and buy Jaguar, it's down the drain. And your value will become lesser. Then you see, scrap value, scrap. You see. But if you buy a super high-end car like that, I can foresee the market because they are driving for free. A lot of my friends, I've shared with them, they drive McLaren, they drive for free. Not say free. 2 years, depreciation, 10,000. Yeah, it's considered good.
Even 20,000 a year also considered good.
Yes, it's very good.
20,000 a year to drive that kind of super car is also damn good.
Yes, Lamborghini drive for 2 years, only 20,000.
So the main question is, can I be your friend?
You're my customer.
That's insane, guys. Wow, this is really damn crazy, right? I think of course that's everyone's aspiration, right? But of course, I also understand that is it very cash intensive to do like a game like this in a way?
But basically, if let's say you want to buy such a car, right? You want to buy such a car, right? You not to worry about financing. If let's say you buy a Lamborghini 250,000, you want to down 100,000. Your scrap value is 125. Okay, if you down 100,000, the remaining of 150,000 divided by 18 months, your installment is $10,000 per month. Not to worry, not to fear. I have a special scheme for you.
Okay.
Buy 250, you down 100,000, your scrap value is 125. I will provide you another 100,000 to cover your scrap value. So basically, you only loan 50,000.
Interesting. Okay.
50,000 divided by 18 months, your installment is only a few $1,000.
Very good. Okay, so later I'll dig you. I'll dig a little bit more in terms of that itself, right? When it comes to the financing itself. So I think I really want to focus a little bit more into the first wave car and everything and all that, right? And I just want to talk a little bit more towards this thing is that, of course, not everyone is comfortable to buy second-hand car. I
agree. Yes.
I think actually a lot of people is not comfortable to drive a second-hand car. Repairs. I mean potential problem and things like that, right? So is there a game for first-hand car? I think that's a key here. I mean I think there's probably a huge portion of people who don't like to really drive second car. Is there still a game for first-hand car to drive it at a lower depreciation or anything?
Yes, there is. Like example, if you want to buy a Porsche, you want to buy a 911, agent selling 630,000. If we buy from parent importer, we sell it at 480,000. The same model, the same car. The agent authorized dealer, they don't manufacture the Porsche. The parent import also don't manufacture the Porsche. It's the factory, the Germany that manufacture the car. Selling, you buy from agent 630,000, you buy from parent import 480,000. You buy from agent 630, you drive 3 years, you sell 450. You buy from parent importer 480, you drive 3 years, you sell for 410. You see the difference? You lost probably 70,000 over 3 years as a PI, or you lost 180,000 as an agent car over 3 years. It's still the same car. So sometimes if you can, if you see some people, they are selling cheap PI cars, right? If there's a huge saving of 100,000 on a Porsche, you can buy. Like example, if you want to buy like a Mercedes PI car, right? Same thing. Agent authorized distributor selling 185,000, parent import selling 165,000. You can buy. Why? 20,000 is a lot of money. Put the 20,000 in a pocket, why you feel warm also. 20,000 you also can co-share with 3 of your classmates. Go and buy one property, share. After 4 years, gain from rental 120,000. 20,000 gain another 30,000.
Yeah, so that's a very, very interesting sharing. And you know, like can you share with us more? What's the difference between like parallel importer versus authorized distributor? And like, do you think that parallel importers, right, are they usually slow and unreliable, or like how do we choose a parallel importer, right, that is reliable?
Okay, if you want to use a parallel importer to be reliable, first when we want to buy cars, we ask whether their VAC is it ready.
What's VAC?
VAC is after the vehicle has sent for all the final check. After final check with the VITAS, it's a term called VAC. So when final check is ready, the car can register immediately on the same day. If it's not ready, you have to wait for months. So when you buy, right, ask whether the agent there, is it ready to register? If they say no, then better be careful. You afraid that you place a deposit of $5,000 or 10,000, but he only got one car, he collect 100 deposit. There are few cases that happened in the past. Only one car in the showroom, they collected 100 deposit, everybody 5,000, then they closed down.
How do you avoid this kind of distributor or like this kind of parallel importers?
Actually, for this kind, if you can find me, I will tell you who are these. Because all these bad people, they've been going around setting up new company, con people, close down, go around, set up. So we have a dealer database blacklist. Only we committee, then we know. We committee, then we know who are the bad apple, who are the reliable one. If you want to buy from any dealers, right, you can drop me a message. We can always be friends. I can tell you, you want to buy from who, just tell me you want to buy from who. I can tell you, say, this company, this guy, the boss, is what kind of person, you can deal with him, you cannot deal with him, Some people you can deal with them. Some people you really cannot deal with them. They will eat you and makan you until you die.
I think definitely this is one of the most people biggest fear, because obviously I would say even like maybe 5-10 years ago, it's just so much horror story when it comes to dealing with PI. How much do you think this whole industry have changed as compared to like maybe last 10 years ago to in terms of processes in buying with PI? Is it like at least safer to buy from parallel importers now as compared to last time?
We also must say thank you to all the parallel importers. If without them, today our Honda Civic might be selling 140,000. I don't know whether you all still recall during my uncle's time, when they buy a brand new Honda Civic, wow, 150,000 of a Honda Civic, Mazda 640,000. Every car they sell, the authorized dealer make a margin of 60,000 per car. Then slowly when they open up, parallel importer come in, then they sell, they set the margin at $6,000. Then the distributor, no choice, they 6,000, we bring down to 10,000. So parallel importers and distributor, their price gap about the difference for Japanese cars, 6,000 of difference. Last time they set up, their margin is 30 to 40,000. You go and buy a Honda Civic, they really make from you 40,000 on the margin. But we also have to say thank you to all the parallel importers. Without them, we are still being bullied by the authorized dealer. They make huge margin. Last time they sell a Mercedes, they can make 70,000, sell you a brand new E-Class. But today they only make from you less than 20,000.
Wow.
20 to 25,000 because of the competitor. So they sell cheap.
Actually, it's a good thing, yeah. And I think of course just now you mentioned, I think very specifically into very high-end car, like 400,000, 500,000. Is there any game or is there anything that we can do for lower depreciation for at least maybe a middle tier car? Do you see like maybe a Mercedes or something
Yes.
that can have lower depre, for brand new car?
Yes.
Or even Toyota.
Yes.
Is it possible?
You must have a good foresight. You must know to target which type of car that is new model. Like example, like we talk about Mercedes lah. If you look at the Mercedes, last time the GLA, the older model, we are selling about 120, 119,000. That one is a good deal. That one you can buy. But then they launched the new GLA. They changed the light, they changed the tail light. They're selling at 160,000. Don't buy. You buy this price with the chassis almost quite similar. In future, you will suffer heavy losses. But I realized a very potential car that you can buy. Okay, it's called a GLB 200. Because I was quite surprised. Mercedes, they launched 1.4 liter turbocharged, and the car is not underpowered with 7-seater. It's really a good technology. 7-seater, and yet it's a Mercedes and not underpowered. And this is quite a good deal car. Depreciation in range of 14,000 plus. If you buy such a car, 14,000 plus, you use 3 years later. The best time to sell a car is on the 3rd year. Why? Because when you sell on the 3rd year, the next buyer can come in to finance 7 years. They can finance 7 years. So when they finance 7 years, you bought at 14,000 depre, you can sell at 15.5. So the dollar that you sell higher in depreciation, that will recover your losses.
Okay.
Meaning you lose lesser and you get to enjoy a new car. So if you always like to buy a new car, always buy the first batch. Now GLB 200 is new model, it's just launched, buy this model.
Okay.
Don't go and buy CLA 180 now. No, it's already obsolete. It's old model already. Always go for the new model.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, guys, I really want to illustrate this for you guys so that it's easier to answer because we basically touched on quite a few things. Ivan, can you help me share the screen for my iPad? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys. If you guys never catch it, the point, I'm going to illustrate for you guys. Okay, in terms of what I just heard. Okay, and correct me if you see something wrong. So I'm going to draw it on my iPad over here. Let me see. Just give me a moment while screen mirroring. Okay, come guys. Okay, yeah. I hope that you guys are able to see my iPad. Okay, guys. This is what I just heard over here. So basically, from what I hear, there is mainly 3 types of buyer. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's roughly 3 types of buyer over here. So if I were to draw a timeline, all right, where this arrow here would be the COE remaining now, or the age of the car, like, in a sense, right? And if I were to say that this point here is the COE expiry, the first COE expiry. So technically here is the 10th year. 10th year. So COE expire, ma. All right. When we first started, we are talking about buying at the 7, 8 years mark. Is that right? 7, 8 years mark. So when the car is about 7 to 8 years plus old, all right. If we were to buy here and then renew COE, we can profit. Right, in a sense, or not say profit, lesser depre. So maybe let's not use the word profit over here, right? So let's say lesser depre, right? So in a way, so over here you can less depre, PRE, right? So in that sense, of course, who will buy is people who want to drive for a car, a new branded car and everything, right? Over here, then they renew so technically they buy a renew COE car lah. All right. So because of this, they have also a low depre.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, also low depre, right? So now when I'm talking about buying a new wave car, that means new car, people who don't like to drive second-hand car, which is also I think quite common. All right, is people who buy here, yeah. So you're saying that on the over here on the 7-year mark, is that right? It's on the 3rd year mark.
3rd year mark.
3rd year. So 3rd year mark.
Yes.
Are you saying that if we buy new car, as long as first wave, we call it first wave, right?
Yeah.
Car. That means if over here we are also able to enjoy low depre.
Yes, you're also able to enjoy. Reason is when you buy as a first wave, your depre, like for example, is 14,000. 3 years later, the demand is there because people like to buy 3 years old car because can finance 7 years exactly, and that's where the period the installment is the lowest. When you buy a car 165,000, you loan 7 years, your installment is this much. But if you buy a car 145,000, you loan 7 years, your installment is much lower. So on the 3rd year is the best to sell because our loan is Our loan maximum tenure is 7 years. If let's say in the future, if they're going to change to 10 years, then there's a different ball game. But now it's because of our loan tenure maximum is 7 years. Sell a car on the 3rd year, you gain. You can sell for 15.5 depreciation. You make 1,500 per year. Then to recover your losses, but you still you also get to enjoy a brand new car.
Okay, so over here, the main reason here for why this will work is because 7 years loan lah.
Yep.
So over here, the installment technically, although here the first when you buy the first one over here versus this one, all right, technically because here you also only can get 7 years loan. Is that right? So because of this, all right, over here you have technically lower down payment lah. Down payment, right? And then technically
lower down payment.
Also lower installment lah.
At this point, on the 3-year marks, when you sell your car, right, we even can provide 100% loan to the next buyer. So it makes your car very easy to sell. Like example, you can sell for like you bought brand new 168,000. After 3 years, you're gonna sell for 138,000. We can finance them 138,000. So they can buy a good condition car, which is still relatively new, only 3 years old, and 0 down payment. They can get a maximum loan. So such a car is in demand.
Okay, so and you're talking about, let's say for example, okay, can we use like an example, right? So you're mentioning about what this GLB Mercedes, which is new, right? Are they considered first wave?
Yes.
Okay, they're considered first wave, right? So if you talk about GLB, the debris, let's say for example, if you buy new, can I get a rough number? What is their debris when it's new?
Probably 14.2K.
So here's around 14.2.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that if you were to sell at this mark over here, you're saying that the debris will go up.
Yes, you can sell to 15.5, 15.7.
0.5K to likely 15.7K.
Yes.
So looking at this factor over here, that means this difference will be like 1.5K lah. So here it will be technically, so you're saying that 1.5K times 3 years lah.
7.
Oh yeah, times 7. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness, not 3
remaining,
guys, not 3 years, so guys, 7 years because this person is paying extra 1.5K debris as compared to a new one times 7. So technically you save like, how much is this?
11.5 above that.
Very fast. Much was it? 11.5K. So technically it's almost like driving for 3 years at the price of 2 years.
Correct.
About there, right? Also, guys, this is how you discount your depreciation. You want to drive new car, no headache in maintenance and everything. All right, that means slightly new because it's got warranty or everything, right? In that sense,
correct.
right? Yeah. So in this sense, right, it's like driving 3 years your car in this brand new car. Don't need headache or maintenance, don't need headache or everything. Are only paying 2 years of the price. So technically, I'm driving 1 year for free.
Yes,
how awesome is that? How crazy is that?
Yes.
That's insane detail, man. Wow. Okay, guys, if you guys got it, type in the chat. Understand. Type in the chat. Understand. That's very cool, man. All right, so you guys understand. Just type in the chat so that I know that you guys understand. Yeah. Power tip. That's awesome over here. Yeah. So I think yes, of course. I think over here is that I think I would say that the main advantage versus a first-hand car versus, that means your first buyer versus a second-hand car, is it mainly or just on maintenance that is the main key factor?
Actually, if let's say a second-hand car, 3 years old, you won't have any issue on that. But listen, only the brand that I recommend, Toyota, Mercedes, or Porsche. You don't go and buy those outsider dinosaur brand, Peugeot, Citroen. They say, hey, you got problem, then who can help you? I ever have a certain model, but I don't want to say the brand. I was quite pissed off with them. It's some outsider brand. Then the car was only 2 years old. The clutch, the gearbox got issue.
2 years old gearbox
2 years
issue.
old. I sent back to agent. Then they tell me, oh, yo, this is the clutch issue. It's not under warranty.
Huh?
Clutch issue, not under warranty. Then I told them it's gearbox issue, but they deny. Then they say clutch issue because that car is made to have, it's well known to have a lot of problem. Yeah, it's well known. It's not a P. It's not Porsche, but it's P. P. Well, I cannot say the brand. Then I was very pissed off. I said, wow, 2 years old car also got problem. Then they say, yeah, you can write in. We talk to the higher management. Then we see how. Then no, I'll waste time. I fix myself. I buy the clutch set. Then I change myself. Then can use. It's not expensive. The clutch is only $600, but they want to charge me $2,600. So I rather to argue with them, baby, blah, blah, I wasted 2 months. Then I change myself, then move on. So sometimes you want to buy a car, you really must choose wisely. Don't buy the wrong brand. You got problem with them, you see.
Yeah, so I think over here is that I think I don't want to repeat the brands that you say is reliable. So you're saying that the more mass market brand is Toyota. Is that right? Toyota.
Yeah.
Then if you want a more continental car, it's Mercedes.
Yes.
And then if you want some form of supercar, it's Porsche.
Mm.
So these three in your entire 10 years worth of experience is that you can put your name on these three brands that they are the most reliable in these three main categories.
Yes, because over the past, I've monitored the cycle for many, many years. Whenever I buy such a model, when I resale, my decrease is lesser. But if I buy those outsider brand, I suffer heavy losses. This from my experience. And also not only me, I share with my friends, I influence them to buy the same, you see. Like influence Ivan to buy a Panamera, you see. I'm going to influence you to buy a Macan tomorrow. So why? Because I want you to get this car. Your depreciation is low. Maybe you buy now, your depreciation is 25,000, but when you sell 5 years later, you say, wow, thank you, Afed. I managed to recover. My depreciation only 12,000. So this is how you get a cheaper car with lower depreciation.
Yes, guys, I'm going to buy a Macan Porsche tomorrow because I just told you guys I changed my car, right? So basically I'm gonna pretty much for Fed calculation, all right, I'm expected to sell my that new car upcoming, right?
Okay, somebody
130,000,
asked about Toyota Alphard and Velfire. This Toyota Velfire, you also must play the first wave. Okay, you must choose the first wave. So the first wave for the new model for the Velfire is 2015. You don't buy the older model. You go and buy the old model, you cannot make money. You buy the new model 2015 Toyota Velfire, now selling price is 104, 105. You drive for 4.5 years, you renew COA sell for 83, 85, 88. You will reduce your depreciation to $8,000. So this Velfire is possible.
Okay, and I just want to add one more question on GLB because GLB I think is uniquely is it like because this is like a 7-seater in Mercedes, right, which is rare, right?
Yeah, it's
It's
rare.
very rare, right? And so does this mean that technically for first wave car like GLB, so technically is it true that like you mentioned like on those people who want to buy even on the 7-year mark, 8-year mark in future, and then are you expecting that renew COE for this particular car will also work in that strategy?
If today you go and buy a GLB, you use 10 years, you renew COE because it's the first batch innovative model with 1.4 liter turbocharged, cheaper road tax. The road tax only 300 plus every 6 months. 300 plus every 6 months. It's so cheap, but the car is powerful. Then it's turbocharged, new technology. And nowadays, the Mercedes, the fuel consumption is like in the past, like Toyota. In the past, I heard people say, the most fuel economy is Toyota Vios. Last time we always heard that was 10 years ago already. But today, nobody said that. The most fuel economy is Mercedes. With Mercedes, with the eco mode, you 1 liter can go up to 16 kilometers. Toyota Vios only can go up to 14. You can imagine the technology is so amazing. So if, let's say if you buy such a model, I recommend this new model because it's 7-seater. You use 10 years later, you renew COE sell for 78,000 to 80,000. It exactly let you recover, I think about 30,000 extra, 30,000. 25,000 to 30,000 extra to recover your depreciation.
So
meaning your
will only end
depreciation
up like 12,000, 13,000, like
11 to
Toyota
12,000, maybe 11,000 only. If let's say you drive all the way, then you sell away, it's like the depreciation of a Honda Accord.
Hey guys.
So why you want to go for Japanese car, whereas you pay 11,000 for Accord or Camry, whereas you can drive a Mercedes, but look in the future, more perspective one, you can sell higher.
Yeah, so in the chat, right, I see a lot of people talking about GLB got bulk deal, buy new Mercedes, like how do we participate in this? So see, guys, like I understand your what GLB, yes, but the thing is this. The key is actually understanding the strategy, right? So that we make sure that we buy it right, okay? But the number one key question here today is, in this current market, right, what can we do? Like, what are the possible models that we can look at, right? That is like under this first wave strategy.
First wave model, just now like Joseph, like he mentioned, Toyota Race, this model also can. This model now they're selling at 82,000. With 82,000 on the market selling price, if this car you use 10 years down the road, you renew here, you still can sell for 50 plus. People will still buy. Or you renew 5 years, you sell for 33 to 35,000. This model, because it's new in the market, and Toyota Race is because it's 1 liter turbocharged. So the power is like Honda Venza. But the road tax, you know how cheap? $200 over 6 months. So this is a car that is the day-to-day car that people will buy. Like now you buy a Toyota Race, your depre is only 7,004. But you can imagine 3 years later, you can sell for 8,500. So even though Toyota will help you to reduce the depreciation, you can sell a Toyota Race on the 3 years mark. So that car is also a better choice to buy. Don't focus on other Hyundai and Korean brand, but focus on this, only Toyota. If you want a lower budget.
Okay, so just to summarize this thing is that for new car strategy, that means you're talking in your scenario, of course you mentioned two brands in particular, two in particular, right, which is the GLB and the Toyota Race, Toyota Race, and how about the Porsche? Then you mentioned what is that 911
Porsche now the latest model, the Porsche is the 911.
911.
Yes, 911.
Okay, 911. So you're saying that for this kind of first wave car, you technically have two choices. The first option is technically to buy as low as price as possible, of course, as a brand new. Right?
Yes, if you want to buy a para import models, always buy the cheapest.
Okay.
Don't go the higher spec. You get a higher spec, your depreciation is more. The reason why, the key point, let me tell you, today you buy a Mercedes, brand new model, nobody know about this model. You drive 3 years. 3 years later, when you're the first few person to sell, in the market, the layman that come in to buy this model, they don't know what is option. They totally don't know. Even though you know body kit, you don't have AMG rim, you don't have, you have a smaller touchscreen, they know nothing at all. They just know, oh, this car look this is a Mercedes, the outlook is the same, they will buy. So you buy, if let's say you buy 165,000, 168,000, 3 years later, you might be able to sell at 140,000. But whereas if you buy a brand new, like higher spec 190,000, 3 years later, you also sell at 140 something plus 5,000 only.
Okay. So the strategy is to correct me if I'm wrong as well. So if you buy a new car, we technically have, from what I hear, two kind of strategy in a way. First strategy is to buy the brand new car at the cheapest possible price. Don't want add weird option here and there, all right, and then end up selling it after 3 years, so that you will technically almost be like drive 3 years, but only paying at the price of 2-ish, 2E2. Right, so you save that kind of almost 1 year in that sense. And then of course, because this is first wave, for those that love the car a lot, technically there's also an option to drive all the way down to the zero COE, and then renew, and still kind of save the money because you are on the first wave. So you're technically like a GLB, you can save like 30 to 40,000. All right. Recover back extra 30 to 40,000 instead of of course battery scrape all right. And then Toyota Rise probably can recover also like 10, 20,000. All right. And of course the 911 don't need say that one no one will scrape So technically, because of this first wave, you're kind of protected. If you really love the car, you still can drive. You can
keep all the way to 10 years.
Already 10 years. All right. Or if you like to change car
every 3 years, you also can sell.
Okay. So technically, the strategy can be this. Am I right? So technically, as long as we can keep spotting the trend on first wave.
Yes, the trend.
Technically, every 3 years, you buy new, for those new car lovers, all right, you should buy and change car every 3 years.
Yes, true. But when you follow the trend, you don't follow the wrong trend. Like example, now have a GLB is 1.4 liter turbo, 7-seater. Okay, 3 years down the road, then you smart Alex. They say, hey, there's a new model called GLZ 200. Okay, GLZ 200, 3 liter, 7-seater. What is it? This one new model, show potential. You die because it's 3 liter. You must be something that is economy, cheaper road tax, cheaper insurance, everything is cheap because people want to buy second-hand cars, their budget. So you must always focus. Why I choose Macan? Because Macan, the road tax is only $600 every 6 months, you see. $600 every 6 months. Porsche Cayenne is $1,000 every 6 months.
Mm,
You see,
mm, mm.
1,008,
Um,
no, $2,000, $2,000,
okay,
3.6
3,003
liter,
divided by 2, so it's like
2,000.
1,000.
Because 3.2 liter is 1,008, but this
Yeah.
one should be $2,000.
Okay, so I think guys, got this. I know it's a bit tricky to really understand, and I really want to illustrate for you guys over here. Where's my pen? Suddenly, okay. I really want to just illustrate one more time for you guys. Okay, so for new, let's focus on the new car strategy here. Right? New car strategy. So new car strategy is that technically over here, so new so you buy here model like GLB, right?
Mm.
Or maybe model like the Rise AIZE lah, or you want to go super premium I mean maybe like the new 911 lah,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so models like these are the few three brands, the most reliable brand that's first wave now. Is that right? So technically over here, that means on the 7-year mark, all right, this is your potential first game.
Yes, first game.
That means over here technically it's almost like drive 3 years for the price
Of 2.
Price for the price of 2.
Yes.
Almost
correct.
or
Yes.
2.1 years about there.
Yes, correct.
All right. Okay. Then for those that love the car a lot, all right, technically you can drive all the way, which is over here, all the way here, and then over here we renew, right? Renew COE.
Yes.
Renew COE.
Yes. Because on the 10 years mark, like
Yeah.
example, your GLB on the 10 years mark, your scrap value is say 21,000. But you will not be selling at 21,000. You'll be selling at 21,000 plus COE plus 15 to plus 20,000 plus new COE. You might be selling about 80,000.
Okay.
If you sell at 80,000, the COE is less. If let's say COE is 30,000, you only selling at 70,000. If COE is 40,000, you'll be selling 80,000. So you manage to recover 18,000 more from the scrap value.
So we'll recover.
We will not send the car to the scrap yard. We'll sell 18,000 more on top of the paper value.
Okay, so over here, like technically you can recover almost like 20k lah.
Yes,
18, 18, maybe we put a range of 18 to 20k recover lah, extra lah.
Yes.
Recover lah.
Yep.
So which means that technically, if we buy this car, all right, over here we'll save like maybe about 10. The 3rd year, right? So over here we'll save. So on the 3rd year, in this strategy number 1, we'll save approximately like 11k, right? Around here.
Yeah, 11.
So over here, if you drive all the way down, technically you save about
another 18 to 20k.
18 to 20k
Yes.
lah. So depending on strategy 1, guys, if you like to change new car, over in the strategy 1, technically while we buy the debris and everything, you technically save about 11k. And then if you want to drive all the way to 10 years, all right, then technically you can save
Sometimes,
about 18 to 20k.
There's one more trick.
Yeah.
The better to sell the car is not on the 10-year mark.
Okay.
It's on the 10.5-year mark.
Okay, please explain that. Why?
Okay, let me explain to you. Example, let's say 2 years back, my Panamera, my scrap value is 50,000. Okay, it's 50,000. My COE renew is 40,000, and 50,000 is 90,000. But I sell at 140. Wow, 50,000 gain. 50,000 is a lot.
So I'm going to draw this out because there's a lot of numbers here. So you're saying that if you were to sell at 10.5-year mark, that means we renew COE lah.
Okay, yes. The reason why, if you are the direct owner, you are the end user, you sell on the 10-year mark, the buyer, they will come and talk to you. Hey, bro, your scrap value only 50,000. Your COE 40,000. You sell to me 140,000. Well, you gain a lot, leh. But you can visualize, by then the market, everybody's selling the same. But if let's say you sell at a 10.5-year mark, right?
Yes.
They will come and talk to you. Hey, your OMV, ARF, your scrap value is 50,000. Your COE is 40,000. You sell at 140,000 is 2x. Then you can tell them what? You can tell them, bro, 6 months ago, you can tell them 6 months ago, I bought the car from market, 145,000. Today I sell to you at 135,000. I lose a lot, you know. Buyer mentality is they want you to lose money, then they buy from you. So that we have to do an honest thing to tell them, not honest, like white lies, say, no, on the 10-year mark, I bought 140,000. Now I drive for 6 months, I sell you at 132. Actually, you gain, you know. Yeah, I lost a lot. Then they happy, then they buy from you. If not, they'll say, wow, then because they are good at calculating, 50,000 plus 40,000, 90,000, you sell to me 140,000. Cannot, you always make a lot. So to best sell a car is 10.5-year mark. And also, right, you will encounter many car dealers because car dealers they don't have holding power.
Mm.
When they don't have holding power, this car dealer trade in this car, paper value 50,000, they make 10,000, 60,000 plus COE, they sell at 120,000, they will undercut your price. Just car dealer, they don't know how to hold the car. They don't know, they want to let go fast. They will slash the price, then it will affect your selling price. So hold your car after 10 years, renew first, slowly sell. After 6 months, then you sell. Then when people ask me, well, how much you pay for it when 10 years? You just tell them, I pay for 145,000, now I sell it 135. Is it good deal? They will agree it's good deal, then they can transact with you. You must let people know that you are losing money. So this is a trick. We don't go out and tell everybody. I only hope that it's within the community, keep it low profile, no video taking and all this. But because only Singapore cars got 10 years COE plan, then we can work this out. If this plan is in Malaysia or in another country, it doesn't work.
Okay.
And in future, I think the government scholar, they also plan the wrong way. They're going to reduce the scrap value of the car. So in future, you will see 2015, 2016, 2017 cars, every car will renew COE. Because why? Their scrap value only 2005. Nobody will scrap, everybody will renew COE. Then the high COE one, they will export. So meaning in the future, we are like third world country. We're driving COE car. Then the medium range car all export to Africa. But because they plan it wrong, because they plan it, the car scrap value at 2005 is a mistake. Yeah.
Okay. So I think, of course, we covered quite a bit of strategy here, guys. And I just want to make sure that you guys also are on track. So if I were to summarize a little bit on strategy, I think obviously I quadrant, we always like to focus on strategy. I think strategy is the one that differentiates yourself between really making money or losing money or everything else. So let's focus in the strategy first before we talk about, okay lah, all right, how about this, how about that? Okay, so we'll go into Q&A later and we'll answer as much questions as we can, okay? But let's talk about strategy number one. So strategy number one, all right, that we basically covered is that we want to, of course, we can buy new lah, but must be first wave lah. First wave, right? And then later sell on the third year.
Yeah.
All right, the reasoning is because the next buyer can technically get a higher loan percentage.
Yes.
All right, which means lesser down payment. Plus, all right, because of it's cheaper in that sense, it's still 7-year loan. Doesn't matter is it 10-year mark. Doesn't matter is a new car, it's still 7-year loan, or the 7-year mark is still 7-year loan. Because the max tenure, all right, in the car is 7 years. Therefore, the best time is always 7 years.
Yes.
Okay, that's one. Very good. So the number two is that technically is the okay. So the one that we are a little bit more familiar that we teach a bit, right? Technically by the 8 years 7 or 8 years or 8 years old car, right?
First wave.
So must also be first wave, guys.
Yes.
Very important. First wave. All right, and then renew COE, right? And if you guys do not want to fall into competition and everything, then sell at around the 10.5 years mark.
Yes.
So this is the improved version. Sell it around the 10.5 years mark. Okay. So next would be that actually let me just see. Would be that number 3. All right, is that we want to then technically buy new car. So technically we can also buy new first wave. All right, sell on the 10.5 years. Is that right? So we technically can buy first wave and then we can sell at 10.5 years.
Yes.
All right. And then the last strategy overall to really save money in cars would be to actually just buy 10-year-old car. If you want to drive very good car, make sure that the car no problem. So it's COE lah. COE car.
No,
so,
but I don't recommend you to buy a 10 years old car.
Okay,
because why?
So this is not
if you buy a 10 years old car from me, I already make from you. I make 30,000 from you. So why you want to let people or other dealer make the money? You be the smart one, let you make the money from other people.
Okay, guys. Okay, strategy number 4, no go. Sorry, guys, no go. Not recommended by Fed. Okay, so I think one question here is that, of course, if people, I think I still question here over here. I think people are like asking for here.
Oh, but there's an example that happened during the COVID.
Okay, guys.
There's a 911, very cheap. Yeah, I told my friend, hey, this 911 left 1 year, 137,000. Go and take it. Yeah, you go and buy. He buy from my friend 137,000 during COVID, left 1 year. And recently, last week, I sold for him at 162. He was so happy. He make 20 over thousand. Yeah. He drive 6 months, he make 20 over thousand.
Hey, next time, I'm also a friend, right? Next time you know who the channel, you know who the channel is, what is Lombang do. Okay, so very awesome. So actually guys, in my PIM, so I showed you an example, right, that I missed out on this the Gran Turismo. I was asking Fed also, then he said too bad because his friend got it first. Anyway, yes, so his friend who chung and buy first. So people the Maserati. So basically actually not too long ago, I spot this Maserati on SG Kamat at 102K.
Yeah.
Very cheap. Left like 2 years or something.
Yes, very cheap.
Very cheap. So,
I know that deal, yeah.
Yeah. So I make an appointment for in the morning next day.
Oh, you're too slow.
Then I realized that in the morning,
yes. My friend bought it.
His friend go and buy already. So then he sold it at 120.
He sold it at 120.
120K. So like that 18 grand in his pocket.
After 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, drive for 2 weeks, and then later he still make 18 grand. But at the end of the day, I tell you guys before, right? Because why? I went for TRM 1-to-1 appointment. Right. So therefore, you guys are still more important than my Maserati. Okay. So
actually, you know why?
Story.
In order to
smiling, but inside heart
actually, in order to get a good deal, usually buyer, the traditional way, they will go down. They will go and look at the car, ting. I want to buy from you. Can I put a deposit, or can you send to my workshop to check? Or you send the workshop to check. Okay, then you call the workshop. You're free to check. No, not free. Can you come on Friday? Okay. Then you tell the seller, hey, can we go on Friday? The next moment, if you encounter somebody like Fat, I go down, I bring my computer, I plug in the car, I check the car, don't have much serious problem, no fault code, airbag never deploy, crash sensor never deploy. I see the car, no accident, I go one round, then I buy already. I can buy within 5 minutes. You are not my competitor. You can't compete with me. Because if I go now, I'll buy the car within 5 minutes. Then the seller then will feel, wow, very shocked. I deal with Fat so fast, chop 5 minutes. I can transact. I want to deal with you end user. I must wait for you send workshop check, wait 4 hours, frustrating 4 hours. After 4 hours, see the report. You want to buy or you want to buy, it's another story. Okay. Or you come back with another story with 10 defects, 5 wear and tear, 5 defects. So they know of this problem. So that's why when we dealers, we go down and buy cars, we chop, man. We bring computer, we diagnose, we see on the spot, we deal on the spot, we transfer payment. Sometimes you can know finance, we transfer payment, we take the car immediately.
Okay, so the key here in car industry, I would say that speed is quite important, right? So I think
actually you can do I have a suggestion. Since you're here, you have a nice cafe. My office is nearby. Next time you want to buy car, right? Just say, hey, Fat, can please help? I bring my computer from my office to here. It's only 1 kilometer. Oh. I will come here, drink coffee. You ask the seller to come here. I view for you, check. You can buy. You buy on the spot.
Guys, this one, I quadrant special. I quadrant special, hey guys. Right?
So you want to buy cheap cars, you have to be fast. You don't think, make appointment Friday, Saturday, go workshop, check the car, deal gone already. You have to be fast.
That's awesome, man, guys. I mean, how awesome is that? Right? I mean, thank you for offering that, right? And okay, so I mean, thank you for that, and we'll definitely take up your offer on it. Okay, so the main thing here is that of course, I think one question I just saw, right, is that people say, hey, sell third year. Who helped to sell? Are you able to help to sell?
Yes, no issue at all.
Okay, so that's the main thing, guys. Okay, so either way, I think that's why I really wanted to put in Fat into this whole conversation. Yeah? So the main thing here is that, of course, having someone reliable to really help you out in your entire car journey. I think that's very important. And let's dive and let's ask a few more questions here. I think just now, I think you mentioned a little bit about specification. All right, specs. So you mentioned that don't upgrade specs. Don't upgrade specs. Yep. Or is there like certain specs that you think must upgrade one? Or maybe put it even more specific. Is that what kind of cars or what kind of brand then you should upgrade the spec?
Oh yeah, if you want to choose for spec, if you want to buy for medium range or low tier one, get the cheapest one.
Okay, so middle range, means,
like
middle
Mercedes,
AK lah.
Buy the cheapest spec because you are buying the first wave. When you buy a cheaper spec, we want to sell 3 years later. The buyer, they know nothing about the car.
Okay.
You can sell at a good price.
Okay. So
but for Porsche, it's different, no? If you want to buy a Porsche, all the Porsche owners who want to buy a 911,
Okay.
they at least have a Cayman or Boxster before one. They will not straight go and buy a 911. So they have experience in Porsche. They know what is option and spec. So if you want to buy a Porsche, few things that you must know. No? Singapore spec. What is Singapore spec? Singapore like to show off. They want loud exhaust. They want sports mode. They want boost button.
Okay,
They
the
want
loud
comfort
exhaust,
access. Yes, loud exhaust. This is Singapore spec. When you buy a new car, you don't choose the European spec or what? What is European spec? The European spec is the steering got heater, the seat got heater. No use. You get heater can burn your buttock. So you don't go for European spec. You go for local spec. Loud exhaust, sports button, comfort access. Comfort access you touch and open. For Porsche,
comfort access.
Yes, you only choose these three spec. You buy the cheapest can already. You don't need to go for super high spec because you got sport exhaust. Your car will sell.
Okay. So basically, in summary, very simple lah. So if you go for supercar range supercar,
Yes.
then spec matter.
Yes.
If you go for middle tier range, that means you're
Yes.
talking about Mercedes and all that, and then of course and Toyota.
Yes.
Please just go for basic
Yeah.
as
Correct.
much as possible.
Yes.
All right, and that's where you technically save the most money and technically
Correct.
also recover
Yes.
money lah.
The gap of depreciation is it's been minimized because you buy the cheapest, you try to sell at highest. Because it's first wave, when you try to sell, the buyer's so eager to find this model. They don't care about the spec. They want the look.
Okay. And of course now, since I think that I see like quite a few people like want to buy a car and everything. So okay, never mind. But before that, let's talk about financing. I want to dive a little bit deeper into financing first. All right. So obviously we have our first strategy. Let's go back to our first strategy over here. All right. So financing for the new car, all right, then sell on third year. Technically, right? So of course, in this scenario, I would say that the best option would just to get a normal Tokyo Century financing or along that line. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then later, how much down payment right here? How much down payment do most people have to make for, let's say, a GLB in terms of percentage? To enjoy the best interest rate of the 2.28, right? Technically, it's a kind of
Yes,
the best.
because
right?
for this car, the loan amount that they will provide is according to paper. Their ruling is 60%. So, but we are able to do up to 75%. So actually, for a property investment guy, you want to have a low investment or low down payment. Use your money in the right way. Use your money in the properties so that you have a gain. So cars is just a transport. Put as low down payment as possible. Try to use your cash in the right way to buy property.
Okay, so basically getting like 75% financing is something that can be done easily at the lowest interest rate of 2.28, right? What do you encourage people to go for higher interest rate but then even lower down payment? Let's say for example, if you were to make this into
if you want to
85%, let's say 85%, is that even possible or what?
If 85% is possible, your 90% also can give you. But 90%, if I provide you a 90% loan, my interest is only 3.68. It's 1 point something more than the market.
Okay.
But if you can use your money in the right way to have an investment, you might lose your interest for $4,000. But your right money you put in the right channel, you can gain 100 over 1,000.
Okay, so let's say for 85% kind of financing means the interest rate is like higher, 2.98.
3 point something.
3 point something.
Okay, so but sometimes might be able to get to 2.98. Actually, when we do financing, we also look at the model. Okay. Today, you buy a popular model, I can give you lower interest. But if you buy a dinosaur model, not popular one, the interest we charge higher because the breakdown of the car is more frequent.
Okay, so roughly like that. So 60% normal, normal. Then I would say that 75% rough financing is about 2.28%.
Yes.
Then of course, if it's a good model that you believe in, 2.98% and around like 85%
correct
financing. Oh, that's awesome, guys. All right, and also of course, then the next one, which is this one over here, all right, is the buy 7-8 years old car. Of course, I heard in the market that the best way to do it, especially you're buying like supercars and expensive cars with very high body high OMV, right? In that sense, what is this whole thing that you mentioned just now? What balloon scheme and everything? And is that something that how do people actually afford? Let's say Because like let's say like 140,000 to left 1-2 years, wouldn't
Yes.
installment be like damn insane?
Yes, if you go and buy a car 200 over 250,000, you down 100,000, you loan 150,000, your installment is 11,000 per month. But if I do balloon scheme, I will take out the par value 90%. Your installment only 3,000. $3,000, you can drive a supercar. Actually, buying supercar is the right choice. You know? You buy together, we can play together. Because I'm in the supercar club, I'm in the committee. We can all have fun together. I can have 100 more friends who drive supercar as me, Ferrari, Lambo, or 911. Actually, this type of car, when you buy such a car, right, the depreciation is really very low. Sometimes it's like the depreciation of a Camry or Honda Accord. Few of my friends drive Ferrari, make money. Drive 1 year, sell, or make 30K. It's possible, but you must know which model to buy. Don't buy the wrong model.
Yeah, so Fed, I understand that selecting the right model is critical. So there's another thing that I want to touch on now, which is, like, for example, I search for the new car on SG Carmart, right? I realized that there are a lot of, for the same model of car, there are a lot of like different price points, right?
Yeah.
So this may be a issue of specs or specifications or what. Right?
yes.
Maybe you can give us a bit more flavor.
Are you
right,
referring to new or used?
New.
New car, yes, there are different specs. Like Mercedes, they have four specs: the cheapest, the AMG, the premium plus. But I recommend to drive the cheapest as possible.
So get the
one?
cheapest as possible.
So let's say so let's say got the you mentioned what GLB, right?
Yeah.
GLB got what?
Sports.
Sports.
Yeah. They have AMG.
AMG.
They have AMG Premium Plus.
MG.
Premium. Yeah, Premium first. Then they have AMG Premium Plus.
So these four lah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure lah. I mean, that's educational lah. Which one is the basic? Which one is the expensive one?
Sports is the basic.
Okay, so this is the one that we want to target for.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the factory just text me. They say because of this car, it's not so demand in the European factory. They will take out the sports from the manufacturing line. So they only have AMG, yes.
Okay, so technically the best to buy is AMG lah.
Yes.
Well, so guys, be careful, right? If you are trying to compare prices online, when you search around, so you need to know which spec to buy. So to be frank, better check in with Fed to understand like what is the correct spec to buy for the car that you want to buy.
Yeah. So I think Mercedes is something that is a little bit more complex because there's so many different kind of spec in that sense, right? And so is it right to say that AMG in Singapore context, I talk Singapore don't talk about European and everything. So as of now, let's say we want to look at GLB as a car, so AMG is the best option.
Yes, it's the cheapest.
It's the cheapest.
Yes.
It's the cheapest option.
Correct.
So we'll go around this one, correct? Okay, good.
But if some people, they really want to have the function of comfort access, then go for the premium. But the difference is about 15 to 18,000.
That's not low.
15 to 18,000.
That's 10% higher price just for.
But some people, they want comfort They want they lazy to press the button to open the door. You want touch, then you open. Yeah. But actually, for these brand new cars, I'm not trying to sell any cars, but I actually, most of the dealers are in Singapore, like all the well-known, all of my friends, I know who have stock, who is selling at cheap price. Even though you want to buy from agent, all the GM, they all is my friend also, because we are in the same committee. If you want to buy a brand new car from Mercedes or whoever, you all can gather, show the interest of your list, how many you want. Maybe you got 50 people. 50 people we can use as a corporate, as TIQ, as a corporate to buy 50 from them. We get special price. No matter we buy from who. Whoever have stock, we buy from who. Everything is possible, but you must be united or buy together. Then you get a special price.
Nice.
Yes. No matter who is selling, no matter distributor or parent or whoever, because mostly they are my friends. So we can strike something, you can think something out of the box, you can get from them. Not only Mercedes, even those like Toyota, I know who have stock. You also can buy from them. I will refer you to buy from them. But if you got more orders, you got more than 10%, then we can have a list. Hey, can we have a special price, bulk purchase from TIQ? Everything, when bulk purchase is cheaper.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay, that's okay, guys. This is the most fun part now. This is the most fun part now. Okay. So let's talk about how you can help us. Help us as a community. So number one, so what you can do, you saying that we can do potential bulk deal,
Yes, yeah.
bulk
it's
deal,
possible.
right?
Mm,
To make sure that we buy at the cheapest
mm,
possible in the entire market,
yes.
so that no matter what you think about it, that means we drive even new car. That means of course you drive 3 years, drive.
Mm,
Alright, we pretty much have the lowest debris ever lah,
correct.
as much as possible,
Mm.
because we get the best price. We are unbeatable
Yes.
in that sense, right? Okay, that's great. And then you will basically help us to collate. You can help us to find the deal. You can help us to do everything. Right? That's great. So number two, all right, very good, guys, very good.
Can also.
Porsche can do bulk buy.
But Porsche cannot bulk buy. Because
Then
I
how?
because I, every month I only can get 1 unit of allocation. I cannot get too many. You know, there's a reason why. Even though when I sell Porsche, I don't lay long and sell to my friends. I only sell to those is my close friend. The reason why the Porsche GM is my good friend. I know him for 10 over years. During that time, during the taxi that banged me, the Porsche GM also coming. Wow, Fat, steady, no. You bring prep to Porsche owner.
Oh.
So he's my good friend. So why? Porsche showroom, $8 million. They are selling 600 over thousand. I also don't want to go and say, hey, my one is cheap. No, I just keep quiet. They want to sell. I also don't sell. If I want to buy myself, my close friend won't want to buy, then I will quietly sell the car. I will not go and advertise in edgy car mart, say my 911 is selling at 400 over thousand. I'll be spoiling the market.
Yeah, so Fed, I hear you that it's actually potentially possible to do this bulk deal. Why not you share with us like the 3 brands and like the models, right? Then we can get our behind the scenes babe, right, Chewy, to help us create a form, right, to help to collect this list.
True, can also.
Yeah, maybe you can share with us the 3 brands followed by the
The
model.
3 brands is I recommend maybe if you want to buy 911 or you want to buy Mercedes GLB or you want to buy Toyota Race, because I find that these 3 model is the latest model is potential. Other than that, I don't have any other better brand in mind. But I foresee these 3 brands are still good for now.
Okay, do you have like the okay, so these 3 are the first wave lah. First wave, all right, and of course, maybe just to know a rough. Not of course now the price and everything not finalized, obviously, right? Because depending on how much order we can take.
For Han Bing mentioned, how about trade-in? You don't worry about trade-in. The market is so open. We can put it as a consignment deal. Everything can put it as a consignment deal.
So you can help to sell instead of trade-in to get a higher price than just purely trade-in.
My office is just nearby. You just put as a consignment deal. People want to view us, then come to this cafe. You see, 1 kilometer away only come here view, still can chit chat, drink coffee. Maybe the buyer never buy the car, he can still become your student.
Wow.
Correct.
By the way, TRM member come to our cafe get the
Free coffee.
So the whole deal is this: if a TRM member comes to our cafe, right, you actually get a coffee or tea on us, and you can get it back to sell your car. My God, that's such a good deal.
Okay. So basically, okay. So there are these 3 possibilities over here, all right? And of course, we so in terms of everything can help us settle, like for insurance to what COE to
No issue at all. No issue.
no issue.
Yes.
Okay, all can settle,
Yes.
all can settle. Okay, that's very good.
Yeah. So maybe we.
I saw one question which is I want to address. Is that let's say we can accumulate, let's say like 20 GLB, assuming it's 20 GLB. Okay. Then after 3 years, everyone want to change car, or want to sell. Right? Do you think there'll be like overflood in the market or what? In that sense.
No, I wouldn't. You control market price.
We control market price.
Everybody will sell at the same price.
Okay, so guys,
Higher mileage sell cheaper, lower mileage sell higher.
Hey, so guys, so this is reverse thinking, guys. It's not sell 20, end up all get cheaper price. Sell 20, we control the market price. Then end up you want to sell what price we control is even better. So you think about it in that context, actually it's very good. I never think it that way. But God, I mean, in fact, is 老江湖.
Why I want to buy 20 Porsche? Because I want to control the price when I sell.
Interesting. Actually, I never really thought of it.
Why
in
I
that
want to
context
ask you to
before.
buy the same model? Because I can control your price. Hey, Sean, don't sell so cheap.
Ah.
Yeah.
You sell cheap, I handam you, I sell cheap. Joking.
Yeah. All right.
No, but I think it's here. So I think it's a very legit question. So is that other models can or like E-Class, GLC, everything. If I understand, of course, these are not first wave, but if people who want to buy like E-Class, GLC, and everything, can they also go through you and get a cheapest price possible?
Every model is possible. You just have to, but maybe if let's say if there's a Telegram chat, I think it would be good lah. If there's a Telegram chat, you all can prompt the models. Then, but I will not be so responsive to reply every minute. But if I can, I will reply to tell you the right model.
Okay,
But
no,
if you choose
I think
the
the
model
better
is a
way-
first wave,
Yeah.
I'm okay. You can go and buy that model.
Okay, I think a better way is this. I think maybe we make it a little bit more easier for Fed. Is I think Chu is the format. Is the format is done, right? Okay, guys, let's do it this way. I think it's much easier in that sense, right? I think Chu just did a form for you guys. All right, and Chu, can you post the form for everyone? Okay. So Chu has posted a form, right? For those people who are looking to get on into this potential about you guys, it's not on the table yet because we really need, I think Fed needs to collate certain orders, then we are able to try to push. All right, and can I check, let's say if to be interested, let's say we really want to go for it and then we want to really confirm. So what deposit is necessary?
Even before we talk about deposit, right? Maybe you can share with us, right? What is the rough price like for example 911, like
911
between the direct from like the authorized distributor versus what you can potentially
Actually,
get.
save about 100,000.
Wow.
Because it's 480,000. 480,000 compared to 630, you save 100,000.
So it's 480,000. 480,000.
Yeah. But if you add some spec, it will be about 490 lah.
I see. Wow. So what about the
Actually, it's much cheaper if you buy 2 months back because European, they just increase the 10% tax on export for the UN.
too late already. Don't
It's
tell
too late
us,
already. It's too
damn
late already.
sian. Wow. What about GLB? Yeah.
GLB, the price range, we locally can get, range from the lowest model 164 to 188 higher spec. No, sorry, 192 is a higher spec, top range.
Should we be getting the 192?
164 to 192. No, I don't recommend you get 192. But
Right, so
maybe certain people have certain preference lah.
I see.
Maybe got certain preference, they want a high spec. Because some people, they would really want the car to keep for 10 years. Then why not you go for a little bit more?
So if you're talking about the 164, right, what is the rough normal price from the authorized distributor? And,
distributor is selling about 100, the normal spec, the distributor is selling at about 176.
176?
Yes, distributor, the
Yeah.
lower spec.
Lower spec.
Yes.
So for this car, right, what is the kind of like loan that you can do for like GLB and the 911 to give us the
But agent with agent selling at 176, you have there's a certain clause that you need to fulfill. No? You must loan from them 7 years. You must loan from them 70%. You must have a trade-in car. You have to trade into them. You are forced to trade in your car to them so that they can give it at this price.
So technically, you might also lose value in the car because you
Yes.
trade in.
Also, your trade-in price will also be restrained. Maybe you can sell higher via consignment online, but because of trade-in, you lesser 10,000. So there are a few factors that we have to consider.
Okay. So basically, we technically like minimally sell 12K plus we don't need to abide to whatever condition that
correct.
the agent have.
Yes, correct.
Put up lah.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And I think one more, of course, for those that want the Toyota one, is it how much is this?
That one range will be from current COE. We look at it will be range from about 81 to 82,000.
81
to 82,000. Yes.
Okay.
Depreciation is about 7,002, 7,003 is about there. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a 7,003 depre. Okay.
So roughly, what is the price from the authorized distributor?
They don't have the race for this model.
Wow.
So this one is only
Not yet lah.
So it's so new.
Because distributor for Toyota, they sell those brand made in Thailand. They bring it from Thailand. Then from PI, they bring it from Japan.
Okay.
So not as I know of if they bring it any yet.
Okay, so quite interesting. So this one technically the competition quite very low lah.
So you talk about free servicing, yeah, there's usually we can bargain. Normally they give 3 to 5 service, 3 to 5 servicing free. You can bargain.
Okay, so I mean everything from servicing to warranty and everything you can.
Okay.
You can.
You also can go and buy from other people. I can warranty you. At my workshop, I can warranty you, even though you buy from other people. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm flexible.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
What about the like down? What about the down payment? Down payment, like for all three models, like what can you do for the down payment or like the loan for all these three cars?
Down payment for the loan, we can do it in a way like
Let's go model by model. Let's talk about 911.
911. If you put 400 over 1,000, I can finance you 380
which
at
is
low
about,
interest. 100,000 down
100,000
at low
down.
interest. Yes, at low interest.
That's less than 20%.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
Then if you let's say a Mercedes, I can finance you up to 135,000 at 2.28% at low interest.
So 135 lah. 135 means it's how much down? 29.
Should be there.
This
Toyota, you can finance up to 69,000 at low interest.
69, which means that it's only
12K down,
12,
13K.
13K.
Wow, your numbers are really good, sir.
So just to write it nicely for you guys.
So we got additional question in the chat, right? Does color matter?
You mean for the
Like for example, 911, should we be buying like a bright pink?
If you want to buy, true. So the color also play a part. If you want to buy a Mercedes,
I like.
choose black, choose white. Don't choose metallic
black.
green, funny
Oh.
maroon color, red, purple. All these funny color is not nice. Toyota is okay because Toyota is a small car, right? Small car, they want to have fun color. So you can be bright color. Then for Porsche, you never choose maroon color, don't choose green, very ugly. Choose only the right color. Black and white is actually the best combined in price. And some like metallic blue, bright blue is okay. Oh, even though for cycle and carriage, if you got more orders, I can get special price. It's not 176, much cheaper. But they have a condition. You have to get a car that you own for more than 6 months and trade into them and accept their price. That's the part that if you have a car that is going to scrap, okay, they will take in your car at paper value maybe $10,000. But if you sell at market, you can sell for maybe 15,000. So that they will force you to trade in their car, but they can sell you cheaper. I can let them to offer you at a cheaper price. Because I just spoken to the manager, they say, hey, no issue lah. As long, but at least you get a bulk purchase, then we can talk about it.
Okay, awesome. So okay, I think of course this is for people who want new car. Obviously, you have to mention just in summary, you have 2 games available.
Yes.
Buy new, sell on the 3rd year. All right, sell it at a higher depreciation so that technically you end up driving like 3 years and then at a price of 2 years, right? Or if you love the car so much, you can drive all the way for the next 10 years, all right, and then renew COE and still get back an additional sum of money.
Correct.
Because it belongs to the first wave car. All right, and then of course the 3 brands would be Porsche 911, all right, 100K down, GLB 29K down, and of the Toyota Rise 13K down.
Actually, as like some people that are concerned about loan. Okay, like example, you can buy from other dealers. If you buy from other dealers, right? They'll push you to Maybank. They'll push you to UOB. But once they push you to that bank, you'll feel yourself stuck. In future, when you want to get a property loan, you have some problem. So if you can bargain with a parent importers and you tell them, say, look, you want to buy a car, but you want to buy cash. Don't worry, I'll pay for you. If let's say you want to buy a car, $160,000 cash, you tell the dealer that you're buying cash. I will pay for you 100. Like example, you want to loan from me 130,000. I pay for you 130,000 in cash out order. We pay them, they register the car. then we get our own private financing. No need to be restricted by them, you see.
Okay.
You only pay the 30,000 to them, I have you pay the 130,000, so that you can buy from them also.
Nice. Okay, so before we move on, right, Fed, is it possible for you to summarize again, right? What can you do with regards to the bulk deal for like these three potential models and share with us again?
Well, if let's say first you have the interest list first lah. When you have the numbers, we can project these numbers to them. We can get a better deal.
Yeah, and
Not to worry
I
about
think you
them.
told me beforehand also that we need to, of course, when we collect the numbers, and then we are certain that let's say if someone is serious to go for it, so they need to put a $5,000
Yes, correct.
deposit, right? And it's refundable. Is that right? If you cannot get a car.
Yes, if you cannot get a COA, it's refundable.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But depend on if the main distributor, they might ask for more deposit, they will not take for. But parent importers, if they know me, we can say, look, I only give you 5,000 because we don't give them so much.
Okay.
Although I trust them, but we try not to. We know the way to bargain, to give as little as possible,
Okay. So guys, I think the main thing here is that of course, if you guys want to go in on the bulk deal, I'm not sure about you, but for me, I trust my car with Fed. So I think as much as possible, I think if we want to enroll in this bulk deal, I think it's very tough for us to go to individual dealer ourselves. Yeah. So I think let someone, I mean, like Fed, who's very experienced in this whole and know basically like 80% of the dealers out there in the market. Let him do the sourcing, let him do all the work in terms of loan, financing, insurance, everything. I'll let him settle. All right. The main thing, us as buyers, we just want to ensure that we get the lowest price possible.
Okay, like here someone asked, like Amos Stay like asked about 100% loan, whether they're promoting is true or fake. Usually advertisement is an advertisement to treat. They will put the lowest interest, say 100% loan, everything. They want you to go down. Then when you go down, then they talk to you, and no, you want 100% financing. I cannot give you 1.99. It's actually 2.98. This is an invitation to trade, to invite you to go down so that they can have a chance to sell you. It's all gimmicks. It's advertisement. And also answer to this. Nicholas asked about Corolla hybrid hatchback. Yes, the first wave, this one can consider also, but I look at the car, it's not so attractive. It looks like old Mazda 3 hatchback, that model. Look like a Mazda 3 hatchback, but relatively cheap. The market price selling about 110 and below is considered not expensive. But I find that it's not so attractive, but depreciation wise still okay. Still okay.
Yeah,
actually, you can prompt and ask me, because there are really a lot of models in the market. Some are really relatively good models. Also can consider that. Then you can chill your few kakis of a few person that want to buy together. Then can help you to get a better rate. But if only you as an individual, you have one preference for this model, don't worry, I will try my best to help you to source who have that car.
Okay.
I'm not trying to sell myself but most of the dealers, they are my friends. I can recommend you who are the reliable. You can buy from them at a cheaper deal.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think someone of course want to understand a bit more about not interest rate, the mortgage, the loan, sorry. The monthly installment. Do you have like a rough on top of your mind, if let's say for the 911, what's the money installment, for the GRV, what's the money installment, and the rise?
For 911, we don't need to talk about the installment. If people want to buy this car, they don't care about the installment.
Okay, I don't care about installment.
We talk about Mercedes.
Line. Can you help us do a quick calculation so that
that's based on how much down payment? 29
now.
Okay, so while Fed runs out the numbers, right? Let us answer the quick questions, right? Like currently, from one of you, right, is that we already have a car loan with UOB. Then how need to refinance? Okay, so once again, right, in our app, you have the option of going to click on. Let me click on go to our iQuadrant app. Okay, my phone is jamming right now. Okay, so go to the iQuadrant app, right? Basically, click on community, click on the community button, click on network contacts, right? And click on car loan. So when you click on car loan, right, you'll be able to fill out your name, your car figures, right? And then do a submit. And once you do a submit, right, Fed will be able to contact you, right, to help you with your refinancing. So once again, Chewy will also type out the link to the path again. to the car loans path in the chat to help you with this.
Yeah. So okay, have you checked out the rough installment?
Yeah, it's 19 based on 139,000 loan. Is wait
19 something, is it?
1919.
1919. Then the rise based on what 69,000 loan. 69,000 loan, is it? Around that, yeah. This is about
953.
953. Yeah. So basically, this is the rough installment plan for you guys. All right. So of course, I think most importantly, let's go back into the main point here. Is that of course for those that are interested to get on to a potential bulk deal that is done by Fed. All right. Chewy, can you post the form one more time?
Actually, Pauline asked about 7 to 8 years old E-Class Cabriolet. Yes, that car can buy. But you must make sure you buy the new model, the LED one. That one will be in 2014. Then they launched that model. The Cabriolet with the front 2 LED light. That one, the market selling price, say 91,000. You drive for another 4 years later, you can renew series sell for 90,000.
Yeah. So I think for those that of course interested to do the bulk deal, new car, all right. Just click on the form there, all right, and then of course then Fed side will collate the interest list, all right, together with us, and then later of course then that is where we will push out for potential bulk deal, all right, on the cars, so that why basically you can drive for new car guys, drive 3 years at the price of around 2 years lah, all right. So in that sense, and of course, most importantly is that for those people who are even looking for what the new the left 2 more years car to renew COE and everything, all right, and want to drive supercar, want to get like balloon financing and everything. I think this is something that Fed does as well. But the most important thing here is these guys is that for those that are going for the older car, all right, of course, yes, you need to hunt in the market. Not sure, can always ask Fed. All right, and that is where he's able to assist you in the whole checking of the car as well.
Yeah, so if you want to contact Fed, right, we did not create another form, so you can use the same form that Chewy posted, right? So just under your one of the answers, right, if yes, fill in the car model and remaining years, just fill in there, right, that you are looking for a second-hand car instead, so that Fed we can understand what you need, okay? But first of all, there's an option of buying a brand new car and having low depreciation. So
I think the key, once again, I think doesn't matter as long as you want Fed to help you put it very bluntly as long as you want Fed to help you, all right, then just input this into the Google form, all right. If you're looking at a new car, then of course choose the car that you are probably looking for. If not, then under the open option, if yes, fill in the car model and remaining years. You might want to type, say, I'm specifically looking for a second-hand car, and all that. So that's the main thing here. So the main thing here is this form will basically connect you up to Fed here to ensure that you will always excel and always win in the whole automobile so-called industry. Make sure they buy the cheapest, make sure they buy no problem, any problem also at least Fed is here to help, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so just now, I mean, in the chat section, right, there are also people asking about different kinds of model for like Mercedes or Toyota, right, or like saloon version, right. So my take is this: I've asked Fed, right, hey, how about I buy a GLA instead, or like other models? I always try to ask all these like funny questions, or like to basically dig deeper, to satisfy my curiosity. So the answer is this, the other models are not the first wave car. So Fed can like sell you, or other parallel importers can sell you, but the fact is that your depreciation will likely be higher because they are not the first wave. So to minimize your expense, you either choose these models which is the current first wave, or wait. So I think that's the name of the game.
GLB 200, the new engine 1.3 liter is not bad. It's interesting, but the price is not. It's on the high side. Because the price is on the high side, because you have to consider the factor that the previous model GLA 180 is selling at 121,000. Now the new model facelift changed the tail light, same chassis, changed the internal instrument panel. and it's $40,000 more. In future, you also will suffer losses. Not recommended to buy to that extent. Because it look almost the same. It's also a SUV, GLA 200. The shape and the previous model, the difference is not so much, plus only instrument panel. So you buy 160 over thousand, it's not so worth it. If this GLA 200 is selling 130,000, okay, you can buy. Because it's not a 7-seater. You must weigh the difference, because 7-seater with 1.4 liter engine is only GLB. It's so amazing that they have this. Now, if you don't, now you don't see much on the road, but in the future, for the next 1 to 2 years, there will be a lot of GLB. People, when they see, wow, so nice, they'll copycat, they'll go and buy. But you must be ahead of the trend, buy the first wave. Why? Because if some people, they want to buy the car now, they have been stuck with their old car, their old financing, they couldn't change. But now you got the first wave. 3 years later, you're gonna sell, they will buy from you. You can sell at a higher degree with minimum losses.
So we have a very interesting question, right, from Ryan Ho, right, which he saw on Google. This model offered by Cars and Stars, right, at a price of 159K and 88. Yeah. So this is a very interesting question. So maybe Fed, can you explain to us, right, what is happening in the current market?
Okay, this guy, yeah, I know him lah. 159,888 is for the basic model, the sports, but they don't have stock already now. I think also already. If I'm not wrong, also already. Because their inventory, they will send their inventory to me. The whole Singapore, which dealer got what cars on hand? Actually, I have the inventory. Yeah, I saw who have. Then whose car stuck the longest period, who have what stock, so I know. So they put this as an invitation to ask you to call them. But majority, if you say, now I want to buy 2 units, they will say, oh, no, I don't have. And furthermore, factory already stopped the production. They stopped the production of the cheapest model. So you have to go for the next tier.
Which is the AMG model. Okay, so basically is that very likely that is a clickbait. Clickbait.
But if you really want to really go for it, I can message the boss and I ask him, hey, do you still have the 159? Let's see what he say.
Yeah, so the main thing is Fed can message the boss directly, and maybe even, if it's even available, he'll probably get you a even potentially better price in that sense. So yeah. So I think now we'll keep this session a bit more Q&A. Yeah, Q&A. So we'll answer a few questions. All right. I know it's getting me a bit late for Fed. So but are you okay to just answer like a few more Q&A sessions to add on more value to the community?
Yes.
Can Okay, very good. All right. So over here, let's see. 11 Hampton gonna need a car park soon. I think so. So lucky beside here got the sports stadium there. So at least there also can go for it. Okay. Okay. So I think very important question here would be, will COE price fluctuate after game plan to sell after 3 years? What happened in a way? Okay, AKA what happened is COE price was shoot up until like 40,000-50,000. Then wouldn't
okay,
our whole plan?
If let's say now COE is at 41,000, 3 years later, you never know. Many years back, COE went up to 80,000. If 3 years later, COE is 60,000, you drive for free. You sell at the current price.
Okay, very interesting. So if COE goes up,
yes,
it's actually better for us.
Yes.
Technically, you drive for free.
Yes, and plus because your one is the first wave. But if COE go down 20,000, but not likely lah. COE go down 20,000, the Uber, the Grab, the Lion City, they'll register another 2,000 unit of cars. You know why the last 2 rounds COE go up? Before COE go up, the car rental company, they message me. In fact, you want to bid COE? No need bid. I'm going to drink coffee. I'm going to bid 200 COE on Cat A. I know when you bid 200 COE on the Cat A, I can go and relax already. I cannot compete because the car rental, they got high revenue. They 1 year, they can rent their car, they can collect 18 to 20,000. So they don't afraid of COE is how much, they just chiong. So right now, COE will still go up because car rental is going to register a lot of cars, plus the new ruling that came out. COE car cannot use for Grab and Ubers. Many people will switch to new car. So the market price, it will not be cheap for the next 1 year. Maybe another year later, you will never know. If let's say they want to revise, but there's no election coming, so I don't see there will be more COE. So the COE prices will go up, maybe probably up to 45 to 46,000.
Which is also good news for new car buyers lah, in a sense, because technically if entering a COE lower, if COE
But
is
if you want to
higher
sell
price,
3 years later, we don't
Yeah.
know what will happen. But it doesn't matter as long as COE in the range of 30,
30
40,000, you are quite safe. Unless you say COE drop until 5,000, then probably you will lose more if COE is 5,000. But this cycle will never happen because many of my many friends also waiting for COE to be 5,000, and they've been waiting for 10 years. It still never happened. It will never happen again. It will never.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, guys, if are you getting value from today's session? If you are, right, type a yes in the chat, right, so that knows, okay. And also, right, we want to help answer some of the following questions. How long do we have to prepare for the down payment upon confirmation? As in, how much time do we have, right, after we confirm? Or how is the whole journey or process like? Maybe you can give us a better idea.
Especially if they have especially if they have a car, because I think most of our one who going to buy a car already
actually,
have a car.
some of the GLBs in the market, they are not VAC ready, because I did ever import some GLB and I distribute to dealers. I help them to indent because every time, as a committee, I do things for free, right? I help the dealer to import cars. I help them, then I pass the car to them, then they go and sell. Some of the GLB premium model, they cannot pass the inspection yet because of the tinted glass. And the tinted glass is not available in the market. Now no stock. You have to wait for another 1 month. So some of the cars, the VAC is not ready, you cannot register. But where it's a sports model, the lowest one, they can register.
Okay, so let's say, for example, of course we are going, let's say GLB in this sense. So of course you're going to go for the AMG one, right? AMG. So in this sense, maybe you can give us a rough timeline on what's your expectation.
Mostly the car will be available probably January.
So now in December,
yes.
So you're saying
January or close to Chinese New Year.
Before Chinese New Year lah.
Yes.
Okay. So roughly Jan. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's not share screen. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah.
I wanted to present your face bigger.
Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, I was drawing something up for you guys over here. So timeline to expect. Guys, is that, let's say for example, within the next 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, we do a collation.
Yep.
Yeah. So from here, then of course, Fed side, you collect the deposit. So I don't know how deposit deposit, right? So once you have these collated orders, then you go and negotiate. All right. Negotiate around in the mid-December lah. All right. So you probably negotiate for a price. All right. Hopefully we get it at the cheapest possible price for, let's say, a GLB. So once we get this negotiated price, so probably within a month or so, 1 to 1.5 months.
That depends on, because now if let's say the car is available in January or before Chinese New Year, dealer have a very challenge task. It's now to challenge the COE. Your COE is still going up on the cycle.
Okay.
The COE is still going up. So they won't dare to guarantee you immediate, but they will, let's say, delay the handover to 4 beats, 5 beats, and all this.
I see.
But actually, when we have volume, we can tell them, say, look, I want to buy the car. I buy the car without COE. You sell me the car without COE. We go and bid ourselves. We can decide our own price. We can bid ourselves.
Okay.
And if you're lucky, if during that month drop, the saving is yours.
Nice.
Okay, nice. So the main thing here is that I would say that likely it will be between January to February period, or I mean just maybe given experience, assuming that we are able to get have our own bit of COE lah. Assuming so if you are able to get our own bit of COE with the volume that we are able to pull, all right, is it that most likely by February we are able to get it?
I saw from the list, there's probably.
So there's actually some stock.
Yes, there are some stock. There are about 4 to 5 units of low spec.
Okay, interesting.
Medium spec, they got 4 to 5 units. Then the rest are mostly being taken away. And the rest is they cannot pass the inspection because of the tinted glass.
So to just get clear with this process, right? for the bidding of COE, right? Does it mean that you will help to bid, and whatever price that you get for like that is like published as the COE is the price that they'll be paying, or how does it go?
If you want to say you want to buy without COE, right, you can tell them that how much you anticipate the COE will be when you want to sell to me.
Yeah. So that when they want to buy from you,
If you want to buy from dealer, you can ask them how much you anticipate the COE will be that you are allocating to me. They will tell you 38, 39,000 because they all pray to get a lower premium. Then they have more. Then why not you tell them and say, okay, COE is 41,000 now. Why not you give me discount at 41,000? I'm going to settle myself. Even though COE go up is my own business, right? I will pay the difference.
this is actually a fantastic point, because normally when we buy cars in the market, right, they actually give they actually put in a buffer at a COE price at a much higher price, and so that like the dealer is safer.
But they are bidding at a much lower price.
Yeah.
But by doing so, right, sometimes you get disappointed. After 3 bid, 4 bid, you couldn't get your car. Just the difference of $1,000, you couldn't get a car. Sometimes you want to register the car you want to use, you want to be the first to be on the road. You pay a little bit more, $1,000, you get it. Even though now, if today you can get an open cat COE, open cat COE, if I can get from the market, 41,800, you can register your car tomorrow. No need to wait.
So the main point is that if I want to be safe and make sure I get the car in time for Chinese New Year, so if I want it this way, I can request from you this guaranteed method. But if
they won't dare to guarantee you. They won't dare to guarantee you. But you can tell them that, okay, you take out the COE price, we bid ourselves.
Nice.
Then when we bid, we can decide, because COE close at Wednesday, 4 p.m. At 3:45, you can sit there, key in your particular, standby, wait, 3:55, look at the price. Wow, if the price too high, then lock off the computer, go and drink coffee. If the price still acceptable, you want to chong to register the car, then bid for 41, 42 and register, because you have your own call. But you see, because you can see the price go up from 3:45 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's the closing time where the price will jump.
So when they buy the car from you, how does it go? What's the normal
No,
process?
it's not say buy from me. But if let's say, if you have a list of how many people they want to buy, right? It's easy. We can buy from agent, we can buy from PI. If there's 5 importers, right, they got such a car, we can tell them, look, you got 5, I take 4. Give me this price, can or not? They most likely they will be attracted. Oh, you buy 4 units, okay, I sell you this price.
But to make the whole process easier, is it possible that everyone just buy through you, then you can handle this?
Definitely you need
people.
somebody to know them to negotiate the price.
Yeah.
Because if you go down to the showroom, you talk to the salesman, you waste time. The salesman will say, boss say cannot. We are calling the boss, we talk to the boss, is easier.
Okay,
No point you talk to the sales.
So basically we all here, you come in to help us fair. Then you go and settle all your, go in source right? To make sure that everyone just get the best price.
Possible that
Easier?
way. It's easier that way.
Easier
When
that
we have
way.
the numbers, we can bargain.
Okay, good.
Definitely it's cheaper than the retail price.
Okay, good. So now you're saying that on hand, likely there's like 4 units, 5 units that you might be able to get.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like almost immediately.
I saw that VAC is only 1 unit is available. Then the other 3 will be January.
January, okay.
Yes.
So likely within this period okay, let's be here. So within around Jan, there's like 4 to 5 units. And then if we have more than 4 to 5, then unfortunately we have to procure.
We have to source, see which dealer they have incoming stock.
Okay, incoming stock. Okay, so for those, then of course those probably we are looking at around February All right, so
sometimes if let's say the incoming stock, when a new order, when it come in February, you take about 1 month for custom clearance. Then you only can get the car in March or April.
Okay, so probably Feb to March. All right, in this sense. So this is for the incoming stock Yeah. So okay, I think this is for the GLB. So this is a rough timeline. Yeah, rough timeline. All right. How about the Toyota?
There's a couple of about 10 to 20 units available in the market. So
okay,
I
so
think
that's
that one
no issue.
That one not much of issue.
That one you want by January. This period you can get like 10 to 20 You can source it out at the cheapest possible price.
Yes, correct.
And that's easy. So this is Toyota. All right. So of course, I think the issue here is that GLB is so new to the point that there are just not many units in the market at the moment. Is that right? So yeah. So now the thing here is that okay. I think yes. Oh, let me see. Yeah. So yeah. So I think one question here: is it true that Mercedes GLA is using Renault engine? You know about this?
They might be same technology, but they don't.
Different.
Mercedes they have their own ego one. They will not buy a Renault engine to put, because Mercedes as a manufacturer, they manufacture their engine is so cheap. But their cars are recently some like for GLB is manufactured in Mexico, then they ship to UK, then UK ship over to us. It's go from like that come over.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, yes. So I hope that you guys are getting awesome value through this entire section. All right. I just want to come back down to this screen because I think this is the most important part of the entire section. It's all about strategy, guys, right? I think strategy number one is those that want new car, pretty much drive 3 years for the price of 2-ish years, 2 years. So technically it's like cheaper. All right. Just make sure you buy the first wave car so that you're protected in the front and protected in the back. Right, no matter what, you're protected. That's one. Right. So in this sense, of course, now Fed is that you see can do a bulk deal. Not many units for GLB, unfortunately. All right. Of course, I think he mentioned he can pull out like 4 to 5 units. Likely. All right. And then for those that are unable to get it immediately, all right, then of course from there, then we see if we are able to procure more, or he will ask around for which are the incoming stock so that we are able to get it hopefully by the February March period. All right. Toyota Rise, no issue anytime. Okay. So that's one. Strategy number two, you are going for a 7 to 8 years old car. I highly recommend just go straight to Fed, all right, to ask him to check for the car, everything, so that we ensure that you don't fall into a trap of getting like a higher mileage car like what I kena, all right, or you also don't get into any trap of the fact that you might get a car with a lot of defects. So these are the things that, of course, then remember, guys, the strategy is this. If you talking to anyone who's listed a car, just say, hey, can I give you $100? Drive the car like down here or to Fed's workshop. All right, and then from there, immediately Fed is able to check for you. All right, check already. Then once done, of course, then financing everything Fed can handle for you. Yeah. So that's number two. Number three, all right, is that for those that are buying, of course, the new wave car, they sell after the 10.5 year, but then we drive long, we want to drive long 10.5 years, that's fine as well. Okay, so I think these are the main core strategies that we're going to go for, and those that want to go for like supercar and everything, my advice, anything supercar higher than Porsche or even Porsche 911 and above, my recommendation, just go to Fed lah. All right, he'll pull you into the exotic car club also, which is strong network there, by the way. All right, I think that he will ensure that you get the cheapest possible supercar. All right, and maybe even make money. So of course that requires a lot more capital, but of course I think that is where the main whole benefit of it is that.
Yeah, I welcome more people to buy supercars, then we can play together.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. So of course, with this, I think we'll probably ask. We'll just leave this on for the next maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. All right. Before we end this entire session. Okay. Once again, for those that are looking to participate in this whole bulk deal. Yeah. So sign up in the Google Forms up there. All right. If not, then let's answer maybe the last 1 to 2 questions before we call a night.
Yeah, God, it's already 10 p.m. My God, yeah.
Yeah, come. You pick a question.
Pick a question. Okay, so Albert Tan asked, if I just bought a Korean car, a Korean-made car, does it make sense to change if it's less than 6 months?
What model is that?
Maybe Albert Tan can put in the model, but maybe we take the next question while Albert Tan put it in. Oh yeah, EV car. So like next year, right, there's going to be some grants and rebates for EV cars. Will it impact like petrol or diesel cars? Like what is your...
So government in the future, they are moving forward to encourage more EV car because being stressed by the UN and the world to have more environment friendly. But right now they don't have any good model is coming out. So we have to KRV first. Right now, the Taycan is not bad, but still on the steep side. Okay, so KRV first.
The one is 600K, right?
Yes. It's a bit on the high side. But you can buy para import. We can bring it about below 500,000.
What about like Tesla or MG?
Tesla...
By the way, if you buy an electric car, are you able to charge it at home?
Yeah, you have to stay in landed lah. Then you have the PowerPoint. They come and install for you. But you stay at condo, I don't think they allow you to charge.
I think actually the interesting thing is that I think Singapore
MG also
itself
not
very
bad
ready
lah.
for EV.
MG is a China make, but seems like it's quite cheap.
Yeah.
Can consider, but we don't know whether any defect or not. You can try, then let us know.
Yeah, so one question that even I myself want to know, is there any game for vehicle number plate? Because I always see your car plate number is like 7, right? So nice, my God.
Actually, buying car plate is like buying a Rolex. If you buy a number plate, you use for 20 years or you next time pass to your children, the value is still there. It's like Rolex. You won't lose money. Man. I bought my number 7. If I sell now, I still make about 7K. I've been using for about 10 years. If I sell, I still make for 7K. So it's like Rolex. So actually, you should invest on the nice number plate. Get a single digit, double digit. Double digit must get the same one. You don't get those 74, you go and die. Then no point.
I know one of the most expensive.
You must
like,
get 11, 22, 33.
I think Albert answered the car model is what Cerato.
Cerato. Actually, if you've got finance, then no point to sell now. But if let's say 6 months ago, he should be paying much lesser. Also possible to sell. But if he sell now, maybe his depreciation is only about 5,000. If depreciation should be about 5,000, I think can sell.
My advice,
because
just check with Fed. Just send him
6
the
months
details.
ago,
Just check with him.
he paid at a lower premium, his COE.
That's true.
His COE should be around 31,000.
That's true. Oh, that's true.
So maybe he sell now, he lose only 3 to 4K, should be okay. Then sell.
Oh, that's true. Because COE went up for about 10K. Yeah. I mean, check with Fed on this. He can do the math for you.
RAV4 not so interesting, a bit boring. RAV4.
Yeah, and of course we have another question. I think I saw also another one just now. I just saw Benjamin posted talking about he bought a Vios also like not too long ago. Benjamin, right? Say bought a Vios 5 months ago. Is it wise to change? Same story, is that right? The Vios 5 months ago.
5 months ago, actually 5 months ago, if you have ideal car to change, you can sell. Maybe you lose only 3,000.
Because of the COE.
Yes. 5 months ago is still okay. Your COE have 31,000.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so those that bought like
for PI workshop for Mercedes, you don't have to worry because Mercedes nowadays is quite easy to repair. So not to worry so much.
So because the question is actually posted to panelists only and not to panelists attendees, right? Just a quick reminder for everyone to post your questions to panelists and attendees so that everyone can see your question. So the question was having a PI workshop for Mercedes or like for Toyota or for Porsche, right? Is it reliable, or how do people go about it when they buy a parallel import Mercedes?
Parallel import Mercedes, actually this car is by nature is very reliable. The gearbox will not give you any issue. The engine will not fail you. The thing that will spoil, wear and tear should be after 5 years. It's very reliable. So not to worry, because we target to sell the car every 3 years. Every 3 years you sell the car, you only pay for 2 years. So you don't worry about when after 5 years the thing will spoil. But for Audi and BM, there will go some issue. But nowadays, they even extend their warranty up to 5 years. But even though some they claim that their warranty is 5 years, the day I have a Volvo, I have warranty, and the car is only 1.5 years. Some wear and tear parts, they ask me to pay. Even though got warranty, but if you require me to pay. Mitsubishi Outlander, I have this car. Outlander, the small CC one is still quite okay big spacious, 1.6 liter, I think still quite okay Don't go for the 2 liter and the 2.4
Yeah, so we'll take
1.5.
the last three questions.
Yeah, so I think Gerard said if looking to buy 3 to 4 months, can or not? Can. You just put it in the form 3 to 4 months. Then at least we'll put you on the second wave, which is the one that we'll be sourcing.
What 3 to 4 months?
No, so Gerard is asking, say, if you're looking to buy the car in 3 to 4 months time.
No. I still the first wave.
Oh, yeah, still be the
Unless you
first
buy the
wave,
car in 2021. No, 2022.
22, okay.
If you buy in 2022, is then the second wave.
I think the question is it okay that he put his name down in the interest list, even though he's only looking to buy 3 to 4 months down the road?
Is he still able to join in the bulk deal? That means he need
It's
the car and
possible.
put
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible. You can arrange.
It's possible.
Okay, it's possible. Yeah, let's answer the last
If
3
they say
questions.
if they want to buy in April, maybe it might be cheaper because in actual fact, I have supplier from the UK. They can supply to us. Then March and April will just be nice. It might be cheaper than we go and get from other people.
Okay, interesting.
It's possible.
Interesting.
Everything is possible.
Okay. So too much information to digest. Okay, so next. Okay, so we answer last 2 questions. Should we sell the existing car first? Or what's the process? Or you take trade in or
ABSD.
no ABSD, guys.
Should sell the existing car first.
Yeah, so let's say they buy the new car. All right. So are you able to do like trade in or consignment or I don't know.
Actually, no rush.
No rush.
If you want to maximize the selling price, to gain back from your selling of cars, no need to sell to dealers and no need to sell to me or what. You can do a consignment. You can clear off the car at the maximum price because all this is all transparent.
Okay, but the main thing you can help lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won't charge much. Like consignment fee, I charge only about $800.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
for
$800 to sell your
consignment fee.
car at the top price. Okay.
So if cheaper car, it's only about $500.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So yes, guys. All right. So let's wrap it up for today. Once again, guys, what we can do is that remember to put in your names, everything in the form. You want to get involved in the bulk deal, actually, whatever. As long as you want to be in contact with Fed, just do it lah. All right. So I think even naturally, you
insurance.
so call look for true Fed one. Yeah.
Insurance also have a good deal because recently we are doing some apps. We are doing something. So insurance company they approach us. They say if your customer want to buy new car, no NCD but no accident, they can give you a 20%.
Oh.
Give you a 20% even though you don't own a car for 2 years. They want to collaborate with us. Yeah.
Okay. So insurance also he have got the best deal. So those that have no NCD is able to get a 20% discount. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So guys, hope that you guys got awesome value in a first ever automobile masterclass. All right, yay! Let's put it in a wrap. All right, and of course, if you guys have just gotten value, all right, so that we know that we can next time also do more of these and share more tips and tricks when it comes to the car industry.
And thank you, Sean, for putting in so much time and effort, right, to show up and like to talk to Fed, like have multiple meetings. And thank you myself for putting in effort, right, for this masterclass to making it happen, like staying here from 7:30 all the way to 10. And of course, without our heroine behind the scenes, Chewy, right, who's still hiding behind the camera. She's wearing a pair of shorts and not wearing shoes at all, but she's still smiling and for putting effort to make this happen.
Yeah. So I think guys, we'll be collating all the details for the bulk deal. All right. Don't worry. We'll help assist with the whole administrative process as usual. All right. And then on our side, of course, we just make sure that you guys get the
and also try not to share the video.
Oh, yes, guys. Guys. Please do not go and share this video and what please do not. I think the main thing here is we really want everyone to continuously benefit from this whole masterclass and just to turn it off. If you guys do not know how the car look like, I think Chewy, can you show the 3 car picture? I think you managed to find, so very good. Okay. First, this is GLB. Sweet. Whoa, I think it looks very nice. It looks nice. It looks like a giant SUV. It looks like a Cayenne, man. It
looks like a GLC.
Look at GLC, man. Very nice. So anyway, for you guys do not know, this is the GLB. Wow, it's damn nice looking. Yeah, it's very chill. Yeah, I agree. Actually, most 7-seater is the very like SUV, very ugly. I mean, not the MPV looks very ugly, but this actually looks damn awesome. Yeah, it looks like a nice, awesome.
Like SUV. Some buyer for the Volvo XC, they might also swing over to buy this model.
Yeah,
because it's very big and muscular.
Oh, really damn nice. It's really damn nice. It's damn nice. Yeah. So this is 911. If you guys do not know, for those that want to go for a sports car. Okay, guys. Okay, great. So the price is not too bad for 80 something $1,000 car. Yeah. So guys, all right, awesome. So glad that you guys have gotten value. So once again, last call. Go and put your name and everything so that Fed is able to help you. Okay. So that's the main thing over here. Okay. So guys, thank you. Have a great night. And as usual, hope you guys have gotten value and we strive to give you guys more value every single time. All right.
And time for Fed to finally have his dinner.
Yeah. Okay, guys. See you guys. Bye.